Hello, 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 hello. How is everyone doing? I am Legacy Moon, and this is True Crime and Mysteries. I hope everybody had a good Friday Eve's day, because as you know, tomorrow is Friday, and we will be here for After Dark. Okay, so I want to see all of you there. But let me see as of right now who is in the chat. We've got Say Justin's mom, Delicate Dale, Lunar Brain, Fireheart, Bible Lady, Just Peeking, us as in we seniors need love too, Major's wife. Hey, let's talk about it all. Let me see what Major's wife says. Hey, Legacy, I've been going to bed early, so I've been missing the lives. I'm up tonight. I've actually been early this week. I've been doing them kind of early, which I actually enjoy. So it's fun to do something different sometimes. Hey, let's talk about it all is here. Life Unleashed. Honey, say that. Dumb folks, it's too complicated. Who is driving? Drive safely. Miss Nisi. You need these last. Well, we're gonna do something different today. I know today's body cam day, and I don't know, we might get around to one, who knows. But I want to get into some other things first. It's a lot of things that's been happening in the news, and even though I was sick last week, I still wanted to tell y'all about the things going on, and I wasn't able to do it, and I didn't like that. Hey Carson. Hey, NPR nerd. Carson says, "Hello, I've been in the bushes since the beginning." Well, we just started, but I'm glad you dropped down from the bushes. I really am. Y'all, wait a minute. Let me take. Wait, what is this screen? Oh, it's too complicated. I, I was looking at too. It's too complicated's name, and it was halfway gone up, and I was like, it looked like it's schizophrenic. Don't mind me, people. Don't mind me. Rakia, hey, did I say NPR nerd? I think I did. Rakia, what's up? What's up? What's up? Okay, y'all. Like I said, we're going to do something, different. But before we get into that, I do want to get into some news because there's a lot going on out here in the world. People, racist people just getting assassinated. No comment. We've got, let's see, what else do we got going on? We got people shooting up the immigration office. I mean, it's just so much going on. So I wanted to talk. I don't want to talk about that stuff because God knows it's been everywhere like all day. But I do want to talk about some of these other more serious things that are happening. So let me see. Let me get my thing. Let me get myself together here. Get to my shared screen so we can get into some of this. And then after we do this, like I said, well, I got a mess that I want to get into. Hey, woo wop, Southside Chi Town. Okay, let me share my screen and we will be off to the races. Okay, now this first story that I want to talk about is an 8-year-old girl who whose neighbor 3 doors down abducted her. And that is so scary. Hey, Attitude and Tylenol. Attitude and Tylenol says watching from the clouds, the seasons changing is triggering seasonal depression. So I feel like I've been moving in slow motion this week. What is that called? Seasonal affective disorder. When the seasons change and you start feeling a little blue. They have things that they say help, like uh, there's a special light you can use, and there's different things. We'll have to talk about that when Bible Lady and I get together so that we can do our health watch thing, because I think that is something important that people forget about or don't know about, not aware of. Y'all know what I mean. But y'all, let's get into this first story. It's really very, it's creepy. You live next door to somebody 3 doors down or so, and It's just very creepy.
Now to another developing story in Milwaukee. Police
Stop. And we are going to be, oh, it is up there. Oh, wow. Okay. We are in Milwaukee. Why is everything so, oh, I know why. I know why. All right. All right. I got it together. I got it together. Okay.
say 6 children were found living inside of a storage unit.
Oops, wrong story. This one is, okay. Let me, this story right here, I don't want to do this right now. I don't want to do this right now because no. Mm-mm. Why did that pop up though? Let me see. Let me try again.
Now to an NBC.
Okay. All right. Okay. I got where we supposed to be, y'all. I got it together. Here we go.
10 exclusive. Today we are hearing from the 8-year-old girl who says she was lured into a stranger's home while out playing with friends yesterday in North Philadelphia. That luring led to a barricade situation, which ended with the man giving himself up to police and left a neighborhood on edge. NBC 10's Aaron Baskerville spoke with the girl and her mother today and joins us live from North Philadelphia with more on this. Aaron.
Jackie, an unbelievable story. First of all, this little girl is amazing. She's in good spirits. Actually, let's take a look. She's right over here. Wave to the camera, Phage. That's her. Thankfully, she's doing okay. Right now, we are behind some of the homes here near 20th and Nedrow, kind of set the scene. This is where it all happened yesterday afternoon. Kids were playing out here in some of the yards over here, just a whole bunch of kids having a good time.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but Mr. Newsman ain't looking too bad. I don't usually like him looking like that, but he looks yes, them folks. Look at us. We got the same mind. Them folks said he is easy on the eyes. Woo Wop said it don't look like he gave himself up to me. It looks like a take. Oh, that was a take. Wait till you get to it. We're gonna get, yeah. Okay. But yeah, I just had to talk about the delicious looking news reporter right there.
Time just enjoying themselves, and then things took a turn. That's when police say a man just a few doors down tried to lure Phage into the house. And was he pulling you into the house?
Yes, like this.
And what were you saying?
I was like, help, help. But nobody didn't hear me.
And once you were inside, besides this, you were okay though, right?
Yes, he locked the door, and I unlocked, and he told me to go upstairs, and I didn't want to.
And you didn't?
Yeah.
Wait, Lunar Brain Fireheart, I think I missed you when I don't think I called your name out because I saw you in here. Hey, what's up? Shay B, what is up? Black but not bitter. Mary Willis, how y'all doing? So yeah, he is giving Philip Michael Thomas. He is.
No.
Phage Merricks is brave and wanted to share her story this afternoon. It had been less than 24 hours after investigators say a man lured the 8-year-old into his house when we caught up with the 3rd grader walking home with mom.
When you went inside the house, was he saying anything to you when you went inside that first time?
He was grabbing me and stuff. That's why I got the scratch, and that's why I got this. You scratched me and you made me hit something.
According to police, the girl's neighbor, who lives a few doors down, lured Phage into a home near 20th and Nedrow in North Philadelphia. Her mother, Nija Bullock, tells NBC 10 the man asked her daughter to come inside the house.
They keep on saying this street name, and every time he says Nedrow, I keep, my mind goes to Negro. But isn't this scary, y'all? Just somebody just like, hey, casino lady, just trying to lure your child in. It's just,
And wake up his young son. Once there, she says he locked the doors.
Do you think he was really trying to do something bad with your daughter?
Yes.
of course.
I wholeheartedly do.
Your mom told me you were really, really brave and got out of the house.
Yes.
Talk to me. How did you get out of the house?
I unlocked the door. I unlocked it without trying to grab it. It was locked. I unlocked it, and then I just got out, and then he just shut the door.
She got out, but Bullock claims the man still tried luring the little girl back inside the home a second time shortly after. That's when Bullock says she went to his house to confront him, pepper spraying him and calling 911. Investigators say the man would then fire shots and barricade himself inside. NBC 10 was there when officers caught him.
I am so
Now, why they blurred out the face, I don't know, but
glad that you're okay.
Me too. Everybody was at school saying, I'm happy you're okay, and I was like, thank you.
Yeah, such a brave little girl. Once again, she is doing okay tonight. She was not injured while inside the house. Also, police saying that nobody else was injured when all of those shots were fired yesterday afternoon. As for that suspect, we're still waiting to hear about any charges. We do know that there was another
still waiting to hear about any charges. What are you talking about, dude?
child inside the house, a little boy. All we're being told right now simply is that that child is with family. Police do believe alcohol or drugs did play a factor in this case. For now, we're live in North Philadelphia. Aaron Baskerville, NBC 10 News.
What a sweet, precious little girl. Thank you for sharing that, Aaron, and so grateful that she is okay today.
All right, Aaron. All right. So, y'all, first of all, uh, drug and alcohol, I know they can alter the mind, but it's not going to put a thought in your mind that isn't somewhere there. You know what I mean? Like, why would he want to grab a child and lock, especially one that lives a couple doors down, right in broad daylight, and lock her in the house? This is it's very strange to me. So I'm not going to just say, oh, drugs and alcohol. I'm gonna have to say, something ain't right with this man, and it's really scary to think that there is or was another child in the house, and we don't know right now who he belongs to or whatever, but or if it was his child or someone else's child, if he was babysitting, who knows? But you know, thankfully that child is no longer in the house. Life Unleashed, this is horrible because kids end up missing next door a lot of times. And the trauma, think about the trauma that this little girl is going to have, because and it may not hit her today, it may not hit her next week, but there might be some type of situation that goes down, and she'll get a flashback. So I actually hope that she is in some type of, put her in some type of counseling, or the school counselor or somebody just talk to this girl, because I really feel for her, and I'm concerned about her mental health right now. So that is that story. Now, next, excuse me. The next story that I want to talk about is, we often hear, Sonia talk about people who deal with looking at children's pictures, going on the black web, getting this stuff, viewing these materials. She acts like it's nothing but just a picture. But this next story, we're going to get into someone who is a magistrate who it has been arrested on possessing this material, and I think he might have even been. They might have even got him for distributing it as well. I don't remember, but let's get into it.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Tessa Spencer. First at 6, new details from federal authorities about suspended Charleston County Magistrate Judge James Gosnell. We have team coverage tonight on the case, and do want to warn you, the details are very disturbing. Emily Deanne joining us now live from downtown Charleston, where Gosnell appeared before a federal judge for a detention hearing today. Emily.
Well, we learned today that Gosnell will stay behind bars as we await a preliminary hearing. This comes after his attorney waived that detention hearing this afternoon. We learned today that federal investigators say that they found hundreds of photos, videos, and conversations involving children and infants less than a year old. The Department of Homeland Security searched Gosnell's Charleston home on September 16th. Then on the 17th, they searched his Charleston County court chambers, where they seized bank records. Those bank records, they say, confirmed transactions for child sexual abuse materials. This stemmed from a cyber tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in late.
That is disgusting. This man is a magistrate. This is somebody who administers the law and proceeds over bond hearings and things like that. Who knows what else he did? He might have worked in the child support department. Who knows? But this is disgusting. This is terribly disgusting and troubling all at the same time, because this man was in a position of law, and this is what he's doing, and they're finding materials and things, not just at his home, but financial records in him purchasing and obtaining these type of photos. Hey, Nola Brown, Siri Colette, how are you doing?
2024.
James Gosnell was appointed to the position of trust to protect the community from criminals amongst us. But as detailed in the government's detention memorandum, he is alleged to have abused and exploited the most vulnerable, which are infants and toddlers.
Federal
Infants and toddlers. It don't get no sicker than this.
agents say they are still combing through all of the evidence on the devices. In all, 14 USB drives and iPhone discs, iPads, VHS tapes, and numerous other electronic devices, all containing child sexual abuse materials, were seized. Federal officials say they also found messages where Gosnell talked about sexually abusing neighborhood children. Federal agents also found evidence Gosnell was leading Zoom posts to, quote, teach other pedophiles the tricks of the trade, end quote. Federal investigators are now calling on the public to help them identify.
I mean, are you serious? This man, this is, hey, Miss Matt, about music. This is what's disturbing. This man who is in a position of law in the courts is going to, can you imagine going on the dark web or to Sizzlers? I don't know what they do or where they meet, but can you imagine a course in how to do this and get away with it? Apparently he isn't a good teacher, because he's not a good student of his own teachings, because look where he is. And I hope they get other people. Get attitude and Tylenol, you heard that right, classes. Hey, Granny the Great, what's up?
5 potential victims. Our website has more.
Emily, according to that latest court filing that you just mentioned, it reads that, quote, the weight of the evidence against Gosnell is immense, overwhelming, and conclusive. It's a disturbing case made more disturbing by the defendant standing within the legal community. In addition, that filing also read, quote, as a judge, he was intimately involved in the administration of justice, including individuals charged with child sex crimes. He knew the legal consequences if he was caught. He knew the reputational and community harm that would result. He knew the harm that comes to the children victims.
Now, we don't know this man, very much like Sonia doesn't know Nesto. I bet you this is so out of character. I bet you his loved ones are saying, oh, that's not his character. Now, looking at his age, if he's, excuse me, if he's into these types of things, he didn't just start. But apparently, because this man is a judge, a magistrate, he's just now getting caught. But I know he must be thinks that he must have been in this game for a long time. I mean, after all, he's going to teach a course, or he's teaching courses on how to get away with it. So you can talk about people's good standings in the community, their character, all you want. This is something that is real, and it's happening every day, and we're finding more and more and more of these sick perverts out there. Hey, Aunt Natty, how you doing?
In the CSAM industry, and yet he still persisted. Now, authorities are asking for help to locate and identify any and all possible victims. Some of them may be in the Charleston area, and Homeland Security needs the public's input to assist in that. They ask if you have a child or know of a child that was ever alone with or held by James Benjamin Gosnell. They ask that you please come forward with any information. ABC News 4 legal analyst Charlie Condon says coming forward in cases like this can be extremely difficult, but it's something that should be done right away. And there are plenty of local advocacy organizations that can help.
If you think there's a chance that this defendant had access to your child, to do all you can to look into the matter. Now, whether that's a physical exam or talking, if the child's verbal, to talk with the child in the appropriate setting. And if you want to get professional help, again, we've got some really, really good organizations here in the Low Country. And to reach out for these to these different centers, the D. Norton Center would have many, many expert forensic interviewers to be of assistance.
And Homeland Security has set up a tip line for that purpose on Twitter or X. It is there on your screen. You can notify investigators on Twitter at HSI_HQ or at HSI_Charlotte. You can also send tips via email at Charleston_exploitation_tips at hsi.dhs.gov. And we did reach out to the D. Norton Child Advocacy Center. They were not able to give us an on-camera interview, but they shared the following advice for parents concerned that their child may be a victim. They say to remain calm, allow the child to talk, show interest and concern, reassure and support the child's feelings, and most importantly, take action and make sure the proper authorities are contacted. They also caution not to panic or overreact or press the child to talk. Do not promise anything you can't control. Do not blame or minimize the child's feelings or overwhelm the child with questions.
You know, that's actually, this is very good information. And I'm glad they gave these tips, because you might have victims out there who are grown now, and they might be uncomfortable with coming out. So I'm glad that he gave this information out. Bible Lady, I was telling Attitude and Tylenol, some stuff that we might talk about when we do our health and wellness. I still got to get up with you. I haven't forgotten about that, but I'm just now kind of getting over whatever I had. And hey, to you, coffee is brewing and Jackie Gates. I hope y'all are doing well this evening.
And again, if you have any information, contact investigators with the information we provided from Homeland Security. Working for you, Webb Wright, News 4.
Now, oops, stop. I don't want to do that yet. Now, like I said, this man didn't just start this. He's been doing this for a minute. And I'm just glad that he got caught. I'm glad that he got caught. And this man, like I said, a judge. And this is what he does. He's sitting in there presiding over cases of people who are predators, and he's one himself and has developed a course to teach. Just sick. So now for Hey Muffin 218, Bible Lady said dirty dog. For the next story that we are going to do, it is Hey Kimmy Who. Let me see which. Oh, no, Tessa. Oh, okay. Here's another one. Here is another one. We've got a neighbor who has been locking people in his basement and keeping them there and depleting the resources. It is a lot of sick people out here. And I've said this before, you really don't know what is going on with your neighbors at all. Aunt Natty says, how do you remain calm if you think a grown-ass man has done something to your child? Yeah, I would have to bite a lot of bullets and my tongue, because I can't understand not to ask victims questions, not to bombard them with questions. As a victim who did not speak out and who, I didn't speak out as a child because we weren't taught this in the 70s. There wasn't things around, so I didn't know or understand what happened to me. And I wasn't sure that it was right, but I also didn't tell because I was afraid I did something wrong. And so you do have to be careful how you approach a child in this situation. And I know it'd be hard as hell. But you really have to, and you have to, even if you suspect something is going on, it's good to question. And I think these are courses that they should offer to new parents. They should offer courses because you know this judge here, I mean, infants and toddlers. So you got to start your children out early. So there should be some sort of course offered for parents to take so they can recognize the signs and know what to look for, know what questions to ask. So it's sad and scary at the same time. So here we have this neighbor right now who's been locking people up and depleting their resources. And we'll just get into it. Okay. I am not sharing my screen. All right. Stop. Let me share my screen. I wonder why I came out. Okay. Is it up there now? Okay, now it's up there. Here we go.
Lancaster County man is in jail accused of holding people against their will in his basement. Police also say he used their credit cards to buy things for himself and pay his debts. Thanks for joining us at 10. I'm Brian Blakely for Queen City News. Police say they did not learn what was going on until one of the captive victims died. Neighbors tell South Carolina Bureau Chief Shakira Speaks they're still trying to understand what was going on just down their road.
Donnie Birchfield Jr.'s charges range from financial crimes to neglect and domestic violence to false imprisonment. And reports show that he held up to 4 people against their will in his basement, not allowing anyone to leave or have communication with loved ones.
This is a quiet area. This is a quiet neighborhood. And I was shocked to have anything happen.
In July, Lancaster police investigating a death say they discovered 4 people being held against their will in Donnie Birchfield Jr.'s family basement. Officers arrested him.
One thing that they didn't cover in this story, so I want to know, I mean, was he feeding them? Were they hungry? Like, I have so many questions. Hey, Bella. Hey, Carlton Brown. Somebody else came in. No more ponytails. What's up, you guys? No more ponytails said when I was growing up, kids didn't tell because they would get blamed. Yeah. Well, like I said, I didn't because I didn't know what happened. I thought I did something wrong. So, yeah. Summer's child, what's up? What's going on? How are you doing? You know, this guy right says this guy, you could be a victim at any age. I mean, we just went from talking about a judge who is in possession of and teaches courses in child pornography and how to get away with it. Now we're talking about this guy who is taking adults and putting them in his basement and depleting their resources. I mean, I don't people. We just really got to know who our neighbors are. We really do. Love you to the moon and back to Carlton Brown.
In August, charging him with 16 charges, including financial identity fraud, false imprisonment, aggravated domestic violence, and 4 counts of abuse of vulnerable adults.
And just to think that this was going on right around the corner from our house, right around the corner from the park, right around the corner. And there are other children, it's not just mine.
Warrants state Birchfield Jr. used victims' bank information and credit cards for his own financial gain. Other documents allege Birchfield was in a romantic relationship with one of the female victims who claimed she was held against her will since November 2015. Investigators say he prevented
November 2015. And this is, hey, life ain't over. This is why you have to check on your relatives. Or if you know that you have an elderly or someone of a low mental capacity that happens to be your neighbor or that you know from church or wherever, or and they don't have like a big family and stuff, you should really check on them because you never know. You never know. So you really, we got to start checking on each other. We really do. When was this aired? This, let me see. This just happened. Let me look. Let me look. September 24th, Shaby. September 24th. Hey, the Duchess. Bella says, most of my family probably only knows I'm alive and well because my mom talks about me. Um, and you know, I come from a small family as it is. I don't have a lot of relatives. All I have is my sister and a couple of nieces, a few nieces and nephews, and that's it. I don't have, I do have cousins and stuff like that, but they're older than me. We're not that close. I have one cousin that I do kind of talk to, but you know, I don't come from a large family. I have extended family, people I've adopted as family, but you know, that's why it's just important. You can even if you know you see somebody in your community who's elderly and then you don't see them for a while, it's just good to check on them and find out, hey, Ray Della Lewis, you know, find out what's going on. When my sister had her stroke, she laid there for almost 2 days before anyone got to her. And the reason why someone got to her is because her neighbor, they have a sign where if you don't see the blinds open, something's not right. And if my sister went out of town, she always told her. And my sister was in Atlanta, so she wasn't, you know, she didn't live on the moon with me. And she had a stroke, and the neighbor noticed that the blinds weren't open, and then she noticed them again the second day and called for a welfare check, and that's how she was found. So you just never know what's going on in people's homes and how they're being treated. So it's always good to just pay attention to, and to check on people, even if it's just this, because I'll do it. I don't care if I don't know you. I will go and say, hey, are you okay? Or I haven't seen you in a while. You know, I'll do that. I do that with people on YouTube. You know, if V hasn't been live for a couple days, what's going on? You all right? You okay? You know, so Justin's mom says, my mom was an only child, so I have no aunts or uncles or cousins or extended. Right, exactly. Now, my mom wasn't, but she was the baby. All my aunts are deceased. All my cousins, my mother grew up with my cousins because, you know, of the age gap between her siblings. So, yeah. Hey, Chick-fil-A gal. Hey, Virgo Callie.
Prevented victims from going to the bathroom without his permission, wouldn't feed them, and prevented them from contacting loved ones. He's also accused of choking one victim so long she lost consciousness. Then someone in the home died, and officers say it wasn't reported until the following day. Officials say more charges could be on the way.
There are a lot of different things that have gone on that now, you know, while they may not be directly related, they do tend to make a little more sense.
Yeah. Christy Barnes has been one of Birchfield's neighbors for more than 10 years. She says she never interacted much with the father and sons, but called the mother and daughter nice people.
Feeling that human aspect of it, I feel terrible for all the families involved, individuals involved, and the things that everybody's going through.
Lancaster police are still investigating, and the coroner's office is still working through the cause of death. In Lancaster, Shakira Speaks, Queen City News.
Queen City.
So that was that just, like I said, you just got to check on people. Now this neighbor says, oh, you know, the mother was nice, the father was nice, the daughter was nice. So now I'm wondering, gosh, all those people live in the home. Like, how did this happen? How did this go on? So it's really really strange. This okay. This next one that we are going to do, I have mixed emotions about this. And hey, Rossi, I don't even know what to say. So AJ says, how did they keep all those people in the house? He had a whole family watching this mess. Right. And they were in the basement. He kept them in the basement, but still you got, like, I don't know. It's all very weird, and I want to know more about this. I want to know more about this because this is very, very weird. I don't know how he was able to pull it off, but yeah, yeah, I agree. Strange. Let me see. Bible lady said, let me see here. He was watching a game and got excited. What are you talking about, Bible lady? Let me see. Let me see what Bible lady's talking about. I got to watch. Hey, PW, how are you doing? How are you doing? Bible lady says, I have a young man neighbor who's extremely quiet. One night I heard sudden thump and bump. I texted him and went and knocked on his door. When I voiced concern, he cried because he said no one cared for him. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. That is really terrible. And she says that Miss Mad about music, he was crying tears of joy. Turns out he was watching a game and got excited. So you heard you, and that's the thing you hear. I've man, I've heard thuds, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's that? There was a couple who lived upstairs from me, and it was a domestic violence situation, and we called the cops because I mean, when someone lives above you and your things are falling off the wall because of what's going on up there, oh yeah. So we called the police, and turns out he had a pow pow and everything. Hey, what's up, D Dub? How are you doing? There is my when I when my house caught fire, I moved in back with my mom, and my nephew and his wife was living there and their kids. And across the street, she was friends with the girl across the street. They watched each other's kids or whatever. And one of the kids came over one morning and knocked on the door and told my nephew's wife that she couldn't get her mother up. She won't wake up. So I was like, because I'm the one who answered the door when she came. It was really early in the morning. And I said, oh, wow. That's interesting. She was like, oh, she's probably okay. She does that sometimes. She sleeps real hard. Or she said, this isn't the first time I have to go over and wake her up. So she went over there. She proceeds to go over there thinking she's going to wake her up. Well, she was dead. She was in her 20s, late 20s, maybe early 30s. And, and how I knew is I had the door open because I was concerned. I'm like, this is really strange, And next thing I know, one of her kids came running out the house screaming and said, Mommy's dead. And I was like, oh my gosh. And when my nephew's wife came back over, she was just, I don't even think she was thinking. I don't think she saw me. I know she heard me because she answered me. I was like, is she really dead? And she said, yeah. And she kept going back. But I mean, she was just very animated. Not animated, but like kind of robotish because it was a shock. She was expecting to wake her up and she was deceased. And, the kids are running around outside crying. My niece goes back over there because now she has to go over there and wait for the police and everybody to get there. And I collected the kids and brought them in the house. So, but they had that system set up so that, if she couldn't wake her up, my niece would go over, my nephew's wife would go over there and wake her up. I mean, they had a whole system, but it just so happens this time she didn't wake up. And that was the saddest thing I had ever experienced. It was very sad. So, but anyhow, and they said her death was natural causes. Hey, Shirley testified. Finally, I don't know how somebody that young dies of natural causes, but that's what they said. Chick-fil-A Gail said, all my siblings, we daily text, give a brief call. If you haven't been text after 10 a.m., we're like, what's up? No response. One of us head that way. Right. And that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. Because you never know. And it could hit anybody, anytime, any age. You just never know. So this next story I have mixed emotions about. So instead of me talking about it, I'm just going to get into it and stop along the way because it's very. I have mixed opinions. CJ said my oldest niece's father was taking care of his grandson. The grandson woke up, went to school like normal. When he came home, he couldn't get into the apartment. He went to the rental office. Bella says my grandma disappears all the time. It's annoying. Really? Yeah, some people got them feisty elderly parents that still be out running the streets, running to church or visiting other churches or going out to eat, not telling nobody. My mom used to, she would leave in the afternoon going to a matinee, and then it's 1 o'clock in the morning. So yeah. Let me see. CJ says they walked the grandson to the apartment. He had passed away in his sleep. Miss Mad About Music says that Chick-fil-A, yeah, looking after each other. That's what family is supposed to do. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, y'all, here, get ready for this. Here we go.
Now to another developing story in Milwaukee. Police say 6 children were found living inside of a storage unit in the city.
Yeah, now their parents are facing multiple felony counts of child neglect. Court documents detail the unsafe and unsanitary conditions inside that storage unit.
Now, let me say this. As I'm listening to this story, I'm having mixed emotions. We have a terrible case of homelessness in this country. There are a lot of people homeless. This is not the first time I have heard of someone living in a storage unit. It's not the first time, not the second, not the sixth. If you go on YouTube and probably type a hashtag living in storage facility, there will probably be a lot of videos that come up because there's a lot of people who do it. There was a guy who got, him and his wife got kicked out. I think I even have a body cam on it. They got kicked out of a storage unit because they were living in there. I mean, they had a whole setup. They deliberately got rid of their apartment to go live in said storage unit because they figured they could save money. And they got caught because, see, this is what you don't do. If you can't live in a storage unit, you just can't. You're not supposed to. So when you do that, okay, you might not want to be on YouTube making videos, showing how you go and how you use the restroom, how you hooked up and got wires running from this unit to that unit so you can have cable. You just don't do that. It's not smart. If I'm illegally doing something, I'm not going to record my crime. I mean, they can charge you with trespass. They can trespass you and stuff like that. But living in a storage unit, that's not what they were made for. So when you do that, you're bound to get caught. That's how I'm telling. There are so many. If you all put that in your search engine right now for YouTube, a lot of videos will come up because a lot of people make videos. Don't do that. Do not do that. Let me see what y'all are saying. Miss Mad About Music. Let me see. Justin's mom says if I cough, my son will come to the room to see if I'm all right. If I cough, my dog will come to the room and see if I'm all right. So yeah. Them folks said I've seen a couple of those storage unit living videos. Yeah. Like, why would you do that and put that on YouTube? You're not supposed to live in a storage unit. But what annoyed me about that particular couple is they did it on purpose. They've probably seen some other people on YouTube living in storage because they have to, and said, "Oh, I'll try this out," and start a YouTube channel. And yeah, so they got kicked out. There's another one where a man, he was a truck driver, and cross country truck driver. So when he was in town, that's what he did. He just stayed in his storage unit. Here he is up here making videos and got caught. You just don't do that. Bible Lady says, I don't want that mess in my algorithm. Chick-fil-A Gail says, I have a coworker just found out her son lived in a storage unit for 4 months. They just got an apartment this month. She said she didn't want to burden anyone. Wow. CJ said, I was caring for my grandson. My niece lost her dad, my sister, her mom. He passed away then when she was 13. So now we both have her parent. Both of her parents have passed away. Now in this particular case, I'm assuming that homelessness is an issue. And this is why these people are living in the storage container. But, and my heart was almost, I was about to cry because y'all know how emotional I get when things are sad. But let's listen to some more.
Officers were first alerted by a person who heard a baby crying.
Both parents were in court today. Dua Israr joins us live in the newsroom with what happened during what was an emotional hearing. Dua.
Amanda and Jessup, 26-year-old Azia Zielinski broke down in tears as the court commissioner raised the suggested bond from $1,000 to $5,000 cash bail. According to the criminal complaint, Zielinski and 33-year-old Charles Dupriest were identified as the parents of 6 children found living in a storage unit at StoreSafe, the oldest child being 9 years old and the youngest child just 2 months old.
We have your children.
So here we go. We have the eldest child is 9, and we go all the way down to an infant. Bible lady, yes, a baby. Yes, PW. Thank you, Black but not bitter. I'm supposed to say unhoused and not homeless. I forgot, those new terms. Attitude and Tylenol said, why did she put a period after every word? That way she spoke was weird. She sounded like she was in confusement, CJ says, I get it. It's hard out here. I know my son and I will always live together. I would love for him to move out on his own, but neither of us make enough to live by ourselves. This is what's going on. The days, first of all, back in the day, it was not a thing to be like, my father was raised in the house with all his cousins and they were all in the same house. This is what we did. This is what we did back in the day. And I'm seeing more and more of it. And I will say this, when people from other countries come here, a lot of times you will have whole families. And by whole families, I mean extended. I'm talking 16 people in one apartment. You might even have different families hooking up together just for a place to stay, because that's what they do. And nobody frowns on that, but it kind of seems like if an American family did that, people find it as strange. When I moved after my mother passed, we stayed in the house a couple of years, and then I moved up here with my sister. And my sister said she always knew that we would live together, and we will probably, unless one of us finds a man, we will probably be living together. But it's not unusual, especially these days. Chick-fil-A Gail says they have AC units at least in the area where I live. I've seen that too, where they've got. I have seen some decked out storage units, decked out. They even be cooking in there. Bible lady says 9. The oldest child was 9. The youngest was 2 months. 2 months. Shirley testified, finally said, what the hell? No more ponytails, said last time I needed a storage unit, they told me no living in my unit. And you probably wondered why, didn't you? You probably wondered why. And this is why, because this is what people are doing. They are actually living in storage units.
Children stating that they had no food, that the only food they found was from the garbage They didn't have a bathroom. They used a bucket.
According to this criminal complaint,
Now, this is the problem I have. I don't understand why these kids didn't have food. Okay, well, I kind of do. You'll see. Rossi says this story made me sad when one of the babies said the dog got to sleep on the back seat. Yeah, child, I told you. Aunt Natty is asking the question, legacy, only the children were living in there? I am not going to give the story away, okay? So we about to find out. But before we do, we have ourselves a new member. Carlton Brown has become a moonlight investigator. Welcome to Legacy Moon True Crime and Mysteries Investigators. Drop your new emojis in the chat, and y'all please welcome Carlton Brown as a new member. Can't play too much of that because I got to change that. I got to get that done tomorrow. But welcome, welcome, welcome to the Moonlight Investigators, Carlton Brown. So let's see here. Somebody asked a question that I thought was interesting. Let me see. And apparently, now y'all, I don't know this, but apparently it is cheaper to stay in a storage unit than to pay rent. And so that the fireworks scared you, them folks. I always get people with that. I should just have fireworks. Take the music out and just have fireworks. Oh my goodness. So let's hear some more.
Milwaukee police officers were called to a storage unit inside store safe after reports of a child crying inside. When officers opened the unit, they found a bucket containing urine in the middle of the room and 6 children aged 9, 7, 5, 3, 2 years old, and a 2-month-old baby. The oldest child told...
Okay, let's do this again. Let's do it again so we get the numbers right.
2-month-old baby. The oldest child, 3, 2 years old, and a 2-month-old baby. Aged 9, 7, 5...
975. 975.
5, 3, 2 years old, and a 2-month-old baby.
3, 2, and a 2-month-old. Now I'm gonna say this might not be very popular, but I don't understand why, if you are already having an unhoused situation, I mean, a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 2-month-old, slow down or something. I don't know. That's not a strong, that's a strong opinion, but there are so many methods of birth control, including a tubal and vasectomy. So why they kept having kids, I don't know. So 9, 7, 5, 3, 2, and 2 months. And the 9-year-old was responsible for taking care of all of the youngers. Let me see. Attitude and Tylenol said, damn, he never got off of her. PW said they spent more time humping than anything else. All right. Listen to some more, because this is this is like, you're right, Carlton Brown, looks like every 2 years it was a baby. Black but not bitter said, so there was enough room in the storage unit for the parents to have relations in the same space as their kids. Hey, Reef and Muff's mom. Reef and Muff's mom says, so unfortunate. Rent is so expensive, and stop getting pregnant. Thank you. Now, Black but not bitter, there will be an answer to your question momentarily. That's why I didn't answer you. Rossi said, but the storage unit was closed off with a padded lock. Them poor babies. Now, what I want to know is if the ones who could go to school, if they went to school last year. That's what I want to know. Aunt Nettie said, I saw this one, and I believe me, it gets worse. Yeah. Chick-fil-A Gail says that's cruelty to kids, just bringing them into the world with no stability. Thank you. Like I said, I know that that's not a popular stance to have, but there are things you can do. So many things that you can do. If you don't want to take the pill, they've got something that they stick in you. They've got shots. They've got there's condoms. There's what is it? Diaphragms? Do they still make those? There's those. There's even a female condom that came out like in the late 90s, early 2000s. So there are things out there. This does not have to happen.
The oldest child told officers that they lived in the storage unit 50% of the time. He identified 33-year-old Charles DePriest and 26-year-old Azia Zielinski as their parents. The 9-year-old told officers his parents.
Next thing, this is off topic, but this woman's last name is Zielinski, and I think that is so weird. It threw me off to see this Black woman and her last name is Zielinski. But I digress.
Would drink tequila and vodka, become drunk, and slump over. He also told officers DePriest would often discipline them with whoopings, including one with such force that his lips began to bleed.
Now, I don't know how you spank a child and their lips begin to bleed, but I don't have a problem with spankings. Never have. Never have. But I'm not so sure what was going on with this family. Like Von Leach said, they could have at least pulled out. Girl. Yes, they could have. Oh my goodness. All right. Chick-fil-A Gail says, hey, SC Traveling RN. Chick-fil-A Gail says, I'm going to say it. I had 6 stair-step twins included, worked 10 hours, daycare, house spotless, and kids never went unkept. That's the truth, Ruth. Even the daycare honored how clean my babies were. And that's the thing. That's the thing. You know, I don't care if you have the kids, as long as you're taking care of them and giving them stability. That's my thing. Give them some stability. But Bella says, LOL, I don't have a common Black last name either. Really? Now, Reef and Muff's mom put in the chat 26 OMG. You know, I didn't even pay attention to how old the parents were. I didn't. I was just so into the kids. That didn't even grab my attention. So you know, thank you for pointing that out. Diva Shawnee, what's up? Black but not bitter said being broke should make your sex drive disappear.
Officers found DePriest and Zielinski in a black Ford SUV in the parking lot with their dog, along with a firearm. Zielinski told officers the family was living at Joy House, a shelter in Milwaukee, before they were kicked out after she gave birth. In a statement sent to CBS 58, Milwaukee Rescue Mission, which operates Joy House, stated the family had stayed with them in 2023 and 2025.
So in 2023, these people needed to stay at this shelter. They had to again stay back at 2025. They had to go back and stay again. Now, I refuse to believe that after she gave birth, they put her out. You mean to tell me just because you have a baby, they kick you out of the shelter? Now, I know shelters sometimes have some strange rules, but that didn't make sense to me. I want to know more about this shelter situation. Let me see. Rossi says, I have a problem. They had them babies to abuse them. I mean, but they in 2023, unhousedness was a problem. In 2025, being unhoused was a problem. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say being unhoused is this family's problem, like the whole time they've been a family, but they keep having children. Okay, but wait, it gets better.
A spokesperson told CBS 58 the family had secured permanent housing before leaving Joy House. According to the criminal complaint, the family received $2,000 a month in Social Security benefits.
Aha! I need Native's little guy. Aha! This is where I started I kind of had attitude. I'm like, okay, 6 kids. Then I find out how many times they've had to live at this homeless shelter. And then I find out there is $2,000 a month going into that home in Social Security. Now, let me say this. Apartments are still expensive. They're still expensive. You know, 6 people can't live off of $2,000, but I'm sure they get medical assistance, food stamps. They probably get some sort of cash assistance, and they qualify for low income housing or Section 8, and they can't seem to get it together. Aunt Natty said they probably didn't let the father stay and she left. No, they stayed as a family unit. He stayed there. They stayed there as a family unit. Hey, call me on Keisha's phone. What's up? Call me on Keisha's phone said I bet they were kicked out because the shelter said stop having kids and they refused to stop. And now this is what that could happen. Like I don't know what the paperwork says. Like I said, shelters sometimes have rules. But I'm not so sure it was just that. It had to be that and something else. CJ said, "Girl, did they get Section 8 and all, they get Section 8 and all types of social services, right?" And I don't know who this Social Security is for. I don't know if it's for the children or if it's theirs. But nevertheless, $2,000 and since 2023 they couldn't make it work. Chick-fil-A girl says they make that $2,000 work. Heck, get a bedroom at least. So if in case y'all did not catch it, the children sleep in the storage unit. The parents and the dog sleep in the car. I don't know if they do that so they can continue to have sex. I'm not really sure. And not only do they stay in the car, they're oftentimes passed out. And they have passed out before in the children's presence. So
in intake court, the state asked for a $1,000 signature bond, but the intake commissioner disagreed, stating she had a big objection.
And what's more disturbing than all of that are the statements that both you and Father had made, that you and the children could have stayed with family members.
Now, a cash bail was set at $5,000.
Okay. So let's go over this for a moment. Everyone has one. Every family has one. Maybe not everybody in here, but every family has one where there's one woman who has a no good ninja that she keep having babies by, that she stick with, and they ain't never got no place to go. At least they got a car. It probably ain't road ready, but they got one. Okay, every family has one of these. Okay, they could have stayed with relatives, and probably what happened in that situation is the relative says you and the kids can come, but he can't, and that's probably what happened there. Reef and Muff's mom says they had permanent housing before getting kicked out. Why they couldn't keep it is the question. Exactly. Miss Mad About Music said nobody wants that no good ninja around. Every family has one. Chick-fil-A gal says, I know that car is funky as fuck. Blackman I Better said, what? I bet that car smells like hot booty. PW says one of them is definitely the problem. No more ponytails said I will struggle by myself, but not with a man. Okay, amen to that. NPR Nerd says Seahawks 7, Cardinals 3. I forget who Native is rooting for. Bella says, or they've been told, they told her to leave him. Exactly. PW says, so the kids are byproducts of their relationship. Right. All they have now something that is highly unusual. It still happens sometimes today, but all 6 of these kids have the same parent. And so they've been together all these years, at least 9 years that I can count, and can't keep a house. Reef's mom said, I'm done. CJ said, my middle has 6 kids, 6 different daddies. When my sister was pregnant with the 6th child, my mom said, no more, she was done. I had a cousin who, she kept getting pregnant at 11, 12, 13. And the first one she gave away, and she gave the second one away too. But, my grandmother says, and the problem is not that my grandma says you can't keep them. She says, you're not bringing, no, when she got pregnant the 3rd time, my grandmother said, you are not bringing these no babies up in here. And you can't even tell me who the father is. So, like I said, every family has one. I have several. Okay.
$1,000 for Zelensky because she did not have a previous criminal history. A $20,000 cash bail was set for Dupriest. Dupriest was convicted of 3rd-degree sexual assault of a 13-year-old in 2010 in
Did y'all hear that? Chick-fil-A gal. Wait a minute. Actually, I was talking about 2 different ones, but Chick-fil-A gal. Huh. Now you got me curious. Shirley testified, finally said, like they told Shirley, she could come and not Nesto. Exactly. But y'all did hear that part. He was convicted in 2010 because he was having relations with a 13-year-old. Y'all heard that? Hey, Tomachi, the RN. They called me on Keisha's phone, says, oh, this changes everything. And that might. So he has to register, right? That might play a part in them getting kicked out of the shelter. So this happened in 2010. This woman is having babies by this man. Shirley testified, finally said, this is crazy. Baby, go stay with the family and leave that no good dude alone. We've been on this news story for a minute. I knew we would. That's why. Chick-fil-A gal said, oh, hell no. That's why they were getting kicked out. Mimi says, that's why for sure. Right. So yes, this man has a conviction, not a suspicion, not a pending, but a conviction. So he has to register for a 13-year-old. And this woman has children by him. Yeah, I'm nervous for the old. And I think the 9-year-old is a boy, but sometimes pedos sometimes they have a type. Some just like girls a certain age, boys a certain age, and some just don't care. So, so he is, I couldn't wait to get to that part.
Zaki County. Now, if found guilty, Dupriest faces up to 25 and a half years in prison. Zelensky faces up to 15 and a half years in prison. Amanda and Jessup.
And this woman does it. Now, I have to say that's commendable, because you look at someone who apparently has at least an issue with alcohol that I could say. She's got 6 kids and she has no record. I mean, that right there is kind of saying something, especially for these times. So, I mean, that's good on her. Why she was in such tears and so distraught in court, I don't know. Did they show the storage? Because I have the storage unit. I don't think they just showed the bucket. But I'm gonna pull up some footage to show you what they were sleeping on. Let me see. Miss Mad About Music said 2010. Doesn't seem like he went to prison for. Well, they usually don't go to prison for long. That's the problem. Hey, Michi 3. Let's see. Reef and Muff's mom says that's why her folks said this ninja can't come. Exactly. Exactly. Aunt Natty said she kept giving him victims. Exactly. Yeah, like look at Naziah Harris. I mean, that she knew, her aunt knew that this guy was an offender when she got with him before she started having girls by him. And you cannot make me believe that this man is touching other girls and he tried to touch his own. There's already, I mean, he's been with a 2-year-old before. I mean, just ugh. So yeah, that storage unit. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up footage. Let me see.
Dua Israr live in our newsroom tonight. Thank you.
Okay. We can't play this yet. We gotta go to footage. Let me see. Let me find some footage of this storage unit. Oh, wait a minute. Let me pull that up. That'll probably be easier. Let me see. Oh, don't do it. You can't do it like that on here. 6 kids found in storage unit. In storage unit. Don't mind me. Okay. Here's this is showing like, oh, they got, oh, this is long crime. Wow. Do y'all see this right here? This is a mattress. Oh no, am I not sharing? No, I'm not. Let me share this. This right here is the mattress and the couch. And this is what these children were sleeping on. Can y'all see that? Let me see if I can make it bigger. And so this is the couch right here. This is the mattress. And right up front, in front of that is the bucket that they had to use. Hey, Bessie Jewel. So that's what it looked like. That, let me see if they show a closer up one. They love showing that bucket.
The Milwaukee police. The 6 children found padlocked inside a storage unit in Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's hard.
And the thing of it, padlocked. Y'all got the gist though. That's what it looked like. And it's not, it, like I said, living in storage units, it's not unusual. I've heard it before, but not like this. Black but not bitter says probably all the kids of DNA and scientific matter on that mattress. And here's the thing, we don't know where they got that mattress from, so ain't no telling. There is no telling. Now here's another. I forgot about this story. I've kind of been wanting to do this one for a minute, and it's been on Law and Crime. There is a family that has been arrested over an 11-year-old who gave birth. This 11-year-old lives in the house with, I believe, the mother and the father. So the mother was arrested, the father was arrested, and then the grandmother who lived across the street was arrested. I don't understand why she was arrested, but this happened about a month ago, and we're just going to get into this real quick. Is this thing playing? Let me see. Is it? I don't think it's playing. What is happening? Oh, okay. I was on the wrong. Let me do this. I'm sorry, y'all. Forgive me. Do this again. Now that I'm at the right place. Okay. All right. I am so sorry about that, y'all. All right, here we go.
Nobody, not even the neighbors. They say things, but they don't know what was going on.
Tonight we're hearing from the
Shirley's divorce finally. No, the kids in the storage facility. Yeah, no, they were alive. Yeah. They just lived
mother
there.
of an 11-year-old girl who gave birth over the weekend. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Naomi Kitt.
And I'm TJ Eckert. The Muskogee County District Attorney's Office charged the 11-year-old's mother, Sherry Walker, and stepfather, Dustin Walker, for child neglect.
2 News Oklahoma's Isabel Flores listened to the grandmother, who believes that people have the wrong idea about her family.
I went to Dustin Walker's house. The assistant district attorney said the 11-year-old lived there with him, her stepfather, and biological mother, Cherie. Thank you. Her next-door neighbor shouted to me nobody was home, so I talked to her instead.
This is getting to me, and I've talked. I said, they're not doing nothing. They're not helping them kids, and I've called.
While I spoke with Cheryl.
Now, it's my understanding that in the house that this 11-year-old stayed in, there was no running water. I'm not sure if there was electricity, but there was no running water. The grandmother lived across the street. So they used to go back and forth to the grandmother's, I guess using water and, whatever.
Atkins, I noticed this lady filming across the street, but I continued on with the interview.
They have no running water for the last 2 or 3 years. They have dogs in the house. They have cats.
How come in situations like this, where there's already neglectful issues going on, you always find out they have a large number of pets in the house? They can't afford to get the water fixed, but they've got pets.
Pets in the house. 6 children.
When we got to the home, there was some trash in the yard, a broken window, and...
Bella, what you mean how she know? This is a neighbor and she's black. That answers that question. We always know.
A bungee cord holding the door locked.
The oldest is 11, and everybody else is younger.
Once Atkins and I finished our conversation, I approached the woman who's filming.
Hi there.
I found out her name was Michelle, and the 11-year-old's grandmother.
We didn't know this was happening. None of us.
How do you think your granddaughter got pregnant?
She keeps telling us that it was the little 12-year-old boy that I used to keep, I babysat. She keeps telling everybody that it was him. They got curious. That's all I know.
I spoke to Muskogee's Assistant District Attorney, Janet Hudson.
It's our understanding the child had not seen a doctor in over 1 year.
They keep saying that we knew about my granddaughter's pregnancy, and we did not.
First got word of this case, what was your initial reaction?
I was horror-stricken to find out that it's an 11-year-old little girl who's given birth and that she had no medical care and she had no one to be with her.
This is getting to me, and I've talked. I said, they're not doing nothing. They're not helping them kids. And
Now, this woman, she done called the folks several times, and the folks ain't did nothing.
I've called about the dogs, called about the children.
The Assistant District Attorney tells me a paternity test has been conducted, and she expects the results within 2 weeks. In Muskogee, I'm Isabel Flores with 2 News Oklahoma.
Now, let me say this. it like I said, the stepfather, and they got arrested for neglect. I still cannot figure out who why the grandmother. I didn't know why she got arrested. But I will say that it turns out that this 11-year-old's child belonged to her stepfather. So, hey, Leo lady. So, that's an stop playing. That's an issue right there. Um, and you can't make me believe. Have I seen people pregnant and the family not know? Yeah, I have. I just refuse to. If it's an 11-year-old, whether you're still buying monthly women's supplies. I mean, there are ways to tell if someone's pregnant, even if she wasn't looking it. But you can't make me believe this 11-year-old didn't look pregnant. Now, there is more on this case on Law and Crime. They've got, I think it's 2 stories on. And, maybe I'll watch that and figure out why the grandmother was arrested, but I don't know why she was arrested. That was the grandmother, and she says they didn't know. I personally, watching this grandmother's interview, don't feel in my spirit that she didn't know, but that's just, just me. Just me. Now, here's another thing we are going to do. Like I said, we're doing some stuff different today. I got a court case. Now, I don't know if any of y'all have watched Judge Faith. She comes on, well, she used to have a show on, I forgot what channel. And then if I want to say 4 minutes, she did Divorce Court. She did that show. But she is now on YouTube. And I'm bringing this case to you because let me read y'all's comments. Ray Della Lewis said, wasn't the mother pregnant as well? I don't know. She might have been. Mimi says the kid probably told the grandmother. I just feel in my spirit the way that grandmother was talking. She knew. She knew something. Michi3 said, did I miss the video you were talking about yesterday, Legacy Moon? What video? I know I was on here yesterday. What did I do? I did Nesto stuff yesterday. D-Dub said she did. Aunt Natty said that no good. The mama knew what was happening, hence no doctor's appointments. How do you have an 11-year-old and they aren't they supposed to go once a year? I thought. Chick-fil-A Gail said, I just found out my daughter was pregnant 7 months now, but found out at 5 months I had all the symptoms, but was looking at the wrong child. I'm so excited now. Rossi said, I figured it was the stepfather. Who's married to Kenny Baltimore? This lady? I don't know. Black but Not Bitter said, oh, Kenny Lattimore. Yeah, she's married to Kenny Lattimore and had a baby. Wrote a book about strong relationships. And I'm like, y'all ain't been together 10 years. So how you going to write a book about? I don't know. Their marriage just was kind of strange to me. Black but Not Bitter said she took over the divorce court after Judge Lynn Toller, and she's married to Kenny Lattimore. Okay, yeah. So she had her own show. It was called Judge Faith. Then after Judge Toller left divorce court, she took over. And then now, I don't know, maybe she wasn't a good fit because Star Jones does it now. But anyway, she has this virtual justice that's on YouTube. Also, she does a show that is on either Oxygen or ID. And it's about couples, you know the shows. Chick-fil-A Gail says, I didn't know Kenny Lattimore liked women. He's married to he was married to Shantae Moore for years. They have a child together. Yeah. Yeah, he do. He like and that was an accusation Shantae Moore had made too. It was a mess, their divorce. I think she was on R&B Divas. Black but Not Bitter said, unless they got divorced within the last 4 days, Kenny and Faith are still married. Yeah, I'm talking about Shantae Moore, him and Shantae Moore. Oh, it's on ID, Aunt Natty. I knew she had a show. I knew it was somewhere. So here we're gonna look at this court case. Okay. And this is a case involving um radio. Let me see. What's his name? His real name. Oh, they don't give his real name. So, an Atlanta radio host named Shawty sues a barber after a severe allergic reaction. Okay, I only watched half of this because I want to react with you guys. Um, I want to react with you guys. But in case you guys don't know, and I don't know who the barber is, but this Shawty is the one that used to be married to Erica Kane. Okay. So I said, this is interesting. Let's take a look at this. So without further ado, we are going to look at Judge Faith in virtual justice. Let me see. Let me do my thing because I don't know if this is. Who knows if YouTube will get me for this or not? I don't know, but we gonna see. But I'm gonna do my thing. I have my fair use up here, and I would like to say, Fair Use Act disclaimer: this content is for educational purposes only. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Okay, and that's copyright statute and not statute, as Sonia would say. But anyway, let's see what's going on with Erica Kane's husband. Oh, you said it was on your timeline a few months ago that they got divorced. I know they have a child. It should be about maybe a year or two now. But here we go.
Mr. Young Hughley, also known as Shawty. Mr. Shawty claims that he had a severe allergic reaction due to services that you rendered.
You know, that $100 hairline, I didn't know it came with a price. Every time he cut my hair, he was pushing my hairline back farther and farther.
The man is almost 50, man. I mean, eventually, your hairline is going to move.
His hairline was looking like the Batman line.
Look at his hairline. That's not a great example. Can you put your hair down real quick so she can see what I'm talking about? What's the excuse for that, sir?
For the first time.
Now, I had to ask myself if this was real, but I'm giving it credibility and saying it's real because it is Judge Faith Evans and she's a real judge. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Oh, Black but Not Bitter says Shantae is on her third husband, if I'm not mistaken. She was married to Kadeem Hardison, Kenny, and now Stefan Hill, former BET exec. You know, I don't know if her and Kadeem Hardison was married or not. So, Native Tribe Urban Media is in the chat, everybody. He says this has to be a skit. Native, you are more than welcome to come up here and do this with me if you want to. You know that. I forget who's NPR nerd said who was winning the game, but I forget because I don't know teams like that. But let's see. Miss Mad About Music said yes, she and Kadeem were married. So then yes, Black but Not Bitter is right. This is the third marriage. Michi 3 said those court cases get paid. I heard sometimes, sometimes they do, but we Native says Seattle is winning, and I'm sorry, this cannot be a real case. Like I said, Native, you are more than welcome to come up here with me if you'd like to. You know that. But yeah, y'all, let's get into it.
We're bringing justice to you. Your location is the courtroom, and the truth has nowhere to
That tells me
hide.
all I need to know. I understand you don't like each other. I don't care.
Judge Faith, a former criminal prosecutor, legal analyst, and now creator of the first courtroom where justice has no walls, filter.
I know I'm gonna have to take this part out because YouTube gonna get me for this background music, which I'm glad because I was really cracking up.
Or boundaries. Only truth. Virtual Justice with Judge Faith.
Hey there, it's your favorite judge. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to join the fastest growing court community on YouTube. Remember, virtual justice doesn't happen without you. So go ahead, subscribe, or risk being held in contempt. Mr. Young Hugh.
Wait a minute. CJ said we're gonna need you to imitate Shawty Native.
Also known as Shawty. How are you, sir?
Blessed. I'm blessed. Highly favored.
Thank you for being here. I understand that you are suing Mr. Theron T. Edmonds for, okay, Mr. Edmonds?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Shawty claims that he had a severe allergic reaction due to services that you rendered, and he is suing for $1,216, $100 for the haircut he received, $219 for allergy medication, and $1,000 for pain and suffering from the harm he.
This man has been in show business and things for quite some time. You mean to tell me he can't pay for his own doctor bill and Medicaid? He had no insurance? None? Shay B says she is not calling him Shorty. Chick-fil-A Gail said Erica Kang's ex-plaything in the building. Hey, allegedly. Rossi said Benadryl costs how much? Diva Shawnee said OMG. Shorty sounds like a mix between Nesto and Buckwheat.
Endured. Now, I understand you two have very interesting backgrounds. I was reading about your backgrounds. Mr. Shawty, you're an entertainer and host from Atlanta, recognized for your appearances on the cast of Wild 'N Out, Comic View, and Showtime at the Apollo. You toured with renowned comedians like Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, D.L. Hughley, Mike Epps, and Gary Owens. And several years ago, you joined Street 94.5 as a part of the morning crew, and you've been...
if I'm not mistaken, he's on with Young Jock, I guess, I think.
in the entertainment business for 30 years. And I say that because your appearance and how you look and how you present yourself matters a lot to you. At the same time,
Yes,
Mr. Edmonds, you have your own industry that you've built a lot of.
This is Mr. Edmonds. I wonder if he's related to Babyface and Keon, you know. Let's see.
Credibility in. You are a celebrity barber from Atlanta with over 20 years of experience.
So is Nesto.
You're known for your work with A-list clients and turning haircuts into works of art, you say, with your creative designs. And you've built a reputation as both skilled and reliable. So both of you have established in your own right, in your respective careers, you have a lot of credibility. But this case has taken a serious turn because you say, Mr. Hughley, that you had a severe allergic reaction due to the services that Mr. T provided. So I'll start with you. First, tell me about your relationship, how long you've known Mr. T. Edmonds, and why you ended up suing him today.
Okay, so Mr. Edmonds, he was my barber. You know what I'm saying? But he was my partner first. We grew up together in the inner city of Atlanta as kids. And then, you know, we grew up and he started cutting hair. So he was neighborhood barber. He'll cut everybody hair on the porch, in the projects. And then, you know, we kind of split. I started being a comedian at the age of 18, and I bumped into him one day. So he was like, boy, you need to let me come cut you up. So I'm like, yeah. I was like, they call him the $100 hairline. You know what I'm saying? He had the $100 hairline. So he put a real crispy hairline on you. Everybody be like, you got that $100 hairline. That's how we started off. So I was getting 2 haircuts a week because I had to stay camera ready. So I'm getting 2 haircuts a week, right? And I'm breaking.
He got to stay camera ready, y'all. Camera ready. JB said, that's right, Rossi. It's his partner. JB said, I know you are lying to me on this very evening. Chick-fil-A girl said, so this is how Nesto got into the barbershop business. $100. Siri Colette said, did he need to make his eyes bug out like that? He got to stay camera ready. What you talking about? Bella says, sounds like a 4-year-old. You know what? Summer Child. I was looking at him. He does remind me of Charleston White too, the way he looks and the way he sounds. And they both have relations with Erica Kane. Okay. Look, I just want to call him Mr. Erica instead of Mr. Hewley. Diva Shawnee said, what in the unadulterated hell be going on in Atlanta? 10 good players.
Him off. And not only that, I'm taking him on tour with me. When I went to Wildin' Out, this in 06, I took him to Wildin' Out to be my personal barber. And he ended up cutting other people's hair on the set. I'm like, how you gonna cut their hair? I brought you out here to cut my hair.
How you gonna make extra money? How dare you make extra money cutting other people's hair? I bought you out here to cut my hair, okay? You can't be cutting other people's hair making money, all right? Oh my gosh, I cannot.
You know what I'm saying? How you gonna get him the designs and everything like that? So he was already cutting me out. But you know, that $100 hairline, I didn't know it came with a price. Because he gonna get
Y'all, I'm sorry, y'all. The $100 hairline come with a price. And I'm sure he's about to tell us what that price is, okay? Oh my gosh, I cannot. All right.
you a razor sharp hairline every single time. But in order to have a razor sharp hairline, you gotta have some hair. So by me getting a haircut 2 times a week, every time he cut my hair, he was pushing my hairline back farther and farther, farther and farther, farther and farther. I'm talking about he pushed it back so far I saw T.I. I went to salute him. I had to go all the way back to the back of my head.
What do you have to say?
Wait a minute. He said he went to salute T.I. I'm not a man, so I don't know how it works. But I don't know if I still got Call Me on Keisha's phone in here. And Carlton, I don't know who's I mean, I didn't know it was a such thing as cutting the hairline back. I didn't know. So anyhow, why is someone stop? I declined. I don't know you. Anyhow, let's see. We're gonna get back into this in a minute, but we have a guest. Okay. Hello, guest.
Whoa, what's happening in YouTube land?
You just couldn't take it anymore. You had to come on here.
Well, I was sitting up here and I was like, boy, let me go on up here and talk about this man with this here receding hairline that he gonna try to blame on the barber. I got to be camera ready 2 times a week.
Not one, but 2.
I ain't know that the $100 hairline, there was a price to pay for the $100 hairline, even though it's $100. I said, boy, I done bought you out here, you cutting everybody else hair.
How dare you?
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Let me look, this is your fault. These good people, these good people did not know anything about this bullshit until you brought it up, okay? All right, this is all your fault, okay? That's right, Virgo Cali. My hairline just kept going farther and farther. He said farther and it just kept going back farther and farther.
Now, I have two nephews, right? And on occasion, my youngest, I have had the opportunity to take him when he was a child to get a haircut. And they cut the hair, and I've been around, shops, but is there a? I know a barber can mess up your hairline, but can they actually cut it so bad that it keeps getting back farther and farther? Can that happen?
Nah, I mean, nah, that's why I said he got a receding hairline. I'm just saying, like, um, and for the record, hey, call me on Keisha phone. I know a lot about hair. I know a lot about shaving my hair. Okay, I know a lot about barbershops. Okay, I don't know how old you think I am to have a conch, but I happen to know a lot about hair because I spent a lot of time in barbershops before I decided that I wanted to cut my hair off. Okay, when I don't cut my hair off, guess what? I have a hairline. I'm just saying. So this is a little bit up my alley, and I can tell you that I do know some folks like this man right here that blame everybody for his hairline going back, except for his daddy and his DNA. I'm just saying that's how this works. So,
Okay,
um,
another hair question. Um, so I know when you were in the hospital and when you got home, one of the things you couldn't do is shave your head.
right?
But you've been shaving your head for years now. When
Yes,
your hair started coming in, your hairline that is usually bald was where it always has been, right? It didn't
it
move.
wasn't father and father. Okay, it had not gone father and father. Okay, that is not that is not what happened. It was not father and father. Okay, all right. No, I could not shave my head, but when but when I looked at myself in the mirror, my hairline had not gone farther and farther. Okay, it was Lord have mercy. Where you find this shit from? I don't understand.
So,
I don't understand.
Nikki G, to answer your question, this is not Charleston White, but
No, no, the eyes are too straight. The eyes are too straight for this to
oh,
be Charles White.
don't start.
The eyes are too straight for this to be. This is
Shay,
not.
Shay said, "What the hell is conch? You don't know what a conch is, Shay
Conk is when they used to put that red devil lie in an egg and mix it together and burn the shit out your scalp. They used to call it fried, dyed, and laid to the
The
side. That's
tide."
what it was. And when they emphasis on fried, watch Malcolm X at the beginning when he was still
Mhm.
Malcolm Little. Yeah, he was trying to get that cone. He wanted to look like white folks. That's what he was trying to do.
Yep. Well, uh, PW said Ti wasn't a good example for his hairline evidence.
Man, I don't understand, and I don't understand that his expectation is like honestly, he might as well be bald right now. If y'all look at that boy head, it look like he got shades on top of his head. It don't even look like there's hair up there. So he might as well just go ahead and cut it all off now. I'm just saying.
Let it go.
Just let it go. Just let it go.
Oh,
I mean, my boy, the barber, look at his hairline. Straight. It's in the front. That boy hairline is in the back. Shorty hairline is in the back. Okay.
okay, let's listen to him complain more about his hairline.
Mhm.
What to
Hold on one
John?
second. Hold on one second, Mr. Hughley. I want to hear from Mr. Edmonds because you've said a mouthful. And what do you have to say, Mr. Edmonds, about your relationship over the years with Mr. Hughley?
First of all, how are you doing, Your Honor?
I'm good. Thank you for being here.
Okay. Um, like he spoke about, we have a very long relationship, very long friendship. I've been by his side through thick and thin. So I never, first of all, I never gave him any dye. I never used dye on him. That came from someone else. I don't know how he made it where it seemed like I did or what have you. I did not do that. And as far as Mr. Shawty's hairline, the man is almost 50, man. I mean, you're getting 3 haircuts a week. Eventually, your hairline is going to move just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel as though I've done a great job making him look good. Now, I don't think I would have somebody cutting my hair for 20 years if I was going to make any kind of mistakes. I always made him look good.
I would not have someone cutting my hair for 20 years and then take them to court and sue them over this foolishness. That's what I would not do. And since he mentioned it, I'll say something. You know, he does have this dye in his hair. Okay. I know that top is dyed black. His hair is not that black. I'm sorry. It's just not. So, you know, this is just all the way around crazy. But you have a relationship for 20 years with your barber and you're suing. That's crazy. And yes, this is Erica Kang's ex, not him, but you know, Mr. Shawty. As he
Do
called
we
him.
do we know how much he's suing him for, or did I miss that part?
I don't think they said he's suing.
I'm just curious.
No, but
this is
he's suing him, I guess, for the doctor's pills and the medication that he had to use.
medication.
Now, according to Rossi, it was Benadryl. But
Yeah, I mean, what the hell? Medication. Medication. Okay.
Okay. Miss Mad About Music said $1,216. I am sorry.
For
But
a haircut?
No, for medication and his doctor's bills.
Yo, all his medication more than mine. I lost a whole damn toe. My medication ain't that much. Shit. Shit. I'm just saying.
Shirley testified finally said Erica drove him crazy. The man lost his damn hair. How about it?
How make that make sense? His medication more than mine, and I lost a whole appendage. What happened? What hospital did you go to? I don't understand.
And pain and suffering.
Pain and suffering is in that. Okay, all right. This is the craziness that you bring to the people, Legacy Moment. Okay, all right.
Yeah. This is a real court case. I don't care what you say.
Whatever.
Reef and Muffsmall said $1,200. Oh gosh.
How much the hell I cost? $100 in those? $100?
Responsible for the look that he carried throughout Wildin' Out, throughout those tours. I made sure that I put my life on hold for this young man to make sure that he looked good. So I don't understand why he would even say that I put dye on him that broke him out. He lived a wild lifestyle. Something else might have broke him out. He had a wild lifestyle, but I ain't gonna say nothing about that, young. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Mr. Hughley, because that's what you're suing about. You said you had a severe allergic reaction to something that Mr. Edmonds
Let me tell you this. Ask him when he got certified. Tell him to show you his license right now.
Mr. Hughley, I'm asking you about, you said you had a severe allergic reaction.
No, but I'm telling you, he didn't even go to school. That's how he made the mistake. I had to stop him one time. I'm like, bro, you changing them razors? He wasn't even changing the razor. But that ain't what did it.
But he cut your hair for 20 years, Mr. Hughley, so he obviously was doing something right, correct?
Coming up, as you will see, my work is impeccable.
Okay.
He's not the only celebrity that I deal with. A lot of the rappers that are out now, they live by my haircuts.
This painted on. This ain't my hairline. This is painted on.
I want to hear from your witness. You both have witnesses in court today. I want to hear from your witness, Mr. Dwight Smitty Smith.
I'm so confused.
But he cut your hair for 20 years, Mr. Hughley, so he obviously was doing something.
Why are you in confusement, Native?
I'm confused because why would you wait until something go wrong and then say he ain't got no license, or when did he get certified? You know what I'm saying?
After 20
she brings up the point. After 20 years, if you let somebody do something to you for 20 years And then at the end of the time, you like, nah, you know what? I got these bumps now. The fuck? What? I mean,
And I'm not gonna tell the people this headline right here, paint it on. I'm not gonna tell nobody that.
LeBron ain't said nothing yet. Shit, LeBron been painting his shit on, so LeBron ain't said a word. LeBron know how to keep shit secret. Hell, all that painting down the fuck on that nigga head. I mean, but okay, tell the world then.
Jermaine Jackson,
Man, Jermaine, oh my god, Jermaine Jackson. Jermaine Jackson got like 8 hairstyles all at once. That nigga got a Jerry curl, a pressing curl. That nigga got some finger waves in the back. I mean, that nigga is Vaseline on his forehead. That nigga is he's a mess. He's just a mess. He's just a fucking mess. But I don't understand. Okay, let's play this because I'm trying to make this make sense that he would do this at all.
Say says Russell Simmons' brother was bald in the top and had dreads on the side like Shorty. D-Dub said they're trying to get exposure. PW said, why he hollering and eyes shifting all over the place? Right? Yeah, let's just listen.
Right, correct?
He was dipping in alcohol. I had to stop him. Tell me on line.
Okay, Mr. Hughley.
But then let me tell you what happened to my chin. Okay, so it ain't
Your
that.
chin.
It's like Beijing. I told him I was allergic to the. I told him I could not take that stuff on my skin. I let him know that. He mixing brushes or whatever. It's like cooking pork on the grill and then cooking seafood, and you know what I'm saying? It's gonna mix.
It's like putting pork on the
What?
grill and you could.
What?
What do you mean? What? Native? You don't get that analogy. It's like putting pork on the grill and you grilling, right? And then
I'm
you
sorry.
throw some seafood up there. I mean,
sorry.
I personally don't want my seafood cooked with the pork, but
he lost me when he said mission. He said he was mission. What was he? He was mission something up. What was he mission up?
he
I'm
was
so
mixing up the blade and the alcohol.
okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I really am trying to follow along, y'all. I am. But he said he was mission up the. Okay. All right. Okay.
PW says your skin sensitivity can change over the years, so I get that part. So now we know. Okay.
Okay, but is it enough to sue this guy? Like to take him to face? Like, you know what I'm saying? To the virtual court? Like that's what we doing because your skin changed? That's his fault? What the fuck? Okay. All right. Okay.
See, Baby Measure says the characters in the Nesto universe are wild. I know, right?
Obviously.
He is Erica adjacent.
He was mission up the okay. I don't know.
Do you know what his necklace, it says 4019, is that, do you know what that represents?
4019, probably the number of days he had left to get his GED. That's the best I could do, Legacy Moon. That's the best. That's all I could do.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So he put it on. I had a beard like this. I can't even wear it no more. You know what I'm saying? He put it all on, had to look it all good. It was fresh. It was looking real good. But 5 hours later, I'm doing like this. I'm like, what the hell? And then the girl who I was messing with at the time, she like, boy, your chin look like Nestle Crunch. So I'm like, ooh. And then it felt like a mountain. Oh, it just it kept getting hard. And it felt like Brillo. And it got bad.
Yeah.
I just want to say that that's why it's important to have a supportive partner. Apparently, you need somebody in your life that's going to tell you, boy, your face look like Nelly Crunch. You need somebody in your life. You need a support your supportive partner that's going to point, boy, your face look like Nelly Crunch. That's what you need. That's what I'm looking for.
Look,
relationship goals. That's what you need right there. Boy, your face look like Nelly Crunch, boy. Yeah.
If they can't be with you when your face look like Nelly Crunch, then you don't need them no way.
When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall.
That's right.
And in the
Nothing.
back of my mind, I hear my conscience call. Yeah, yeah. I need somebody that's gonna tell me, boy, your face look like Nelly Crunch, and you ain't finna go down on me with them bumps down on your face like that. You better go call one of them studs to figure it out.
Okay.
You better call
I
one of
had
them
to get a
studs to
Z
figure it out,
pack.
boy.
We are not.
You better call Nesto. He know a stud that could teach you how to go down there with them Nestle Crunch bumps on your face, boy.
Y'all,
Okay,
I
okay,
am
I'm done.
pressing play, okay?
I'm done. I'm done.
That when the chick like, you need to quit going to him because your hairline been going further and further back. This painted on. This ain't my hairline. This is painted on. I had to get it painted. It's all the way up in here. You understand? I just didn't want to come looking like that.
Can I also say him getting his hair retwisted through the years, that can also bring the hairline back.
I mean,
It-
even I know that shit. I mean, hell, look at Sonya. Shit, she losing all types of shit with them damn ponytails. So yeah, you know, it is a such thing as hair abuse. You can abuse your hair to the point to where it just be like, fuck it, and be like, I'm done, I'm out.
And I'm looking at it in this shot right here. I'm looking at it. To me, it doesn't look that far back. And I really would not known that that was painted on if he didn't tell me. But this hair up here is jet black. His beard is jet black. He's got the blonde. So the dye, anything could have done this to his hair. Anything. And I just don't think it's it's necessarily the barber's fault. So
No, I don't. I don't know what's going on. Can you just hit play? Let's
okay.
just 'cause I don't know.
It look like Wu-Tang sign. It look like a W, like West Side or something when this wear off. You know what I'm saying? So
And you,
that's his fault.
okay,
You know what I'm saying? He the one drove it back.
let me see the photos you submitted in evidence. You said you submitted a photo of your crooked hairline. Let's take a look at that first.
You see that?
It kind of do look crooked. And I'm gonna be honest with you. This right here, I don't like this. Now this looks fake on his face. That looks fake. I don't like that.
Why his forehead look like a brand new playground? Y'all ever see when they put a brand new playground in the neighborhood and they ain't put no equipment in yet? They just cleared out the land. That nigga forehead look like a brand new playground that they wait to put the damn swings and shit in. I'm just saying that looks. He got a big. How big is this nigga head? My God.
And now I'm gonna give it to him. He got some beautiful skin. He has some beautiful skin. So I don't know if that's DNA or if he's just like really doing the thing with his facial cleansing. But he really looks like he's got some good skin.
Yeah, he got a lot of good skin too. Look how big his damn forehead is. Shit, that's a lot of skin to be good. Yeah, shit.
But if this stuff right here on his face, this does not look good at all. Not at
So
all. Ugh.
I'm trying to figure out how I can advertise the Native Tribe podcast on his damn forehead. I'm trying to see if I can get some damn advertising space for this nigga. Look at that nigga forehead.
Yes.
Yeah, that boy look like Marcus Houston out in this month.
Reef and Muff's mom said, boy, your hairline is farther
Boy,
back.
boy, look at your hairline, boy.
All right, let's play.
I'm about to go get me a badass stud. That was the woman I'm messing with. That what she said. I'm about to go get me a badass stud to go down on me because that forehead is something else, boy.
Native PW said Native, it's a lot of open real estate on his forehead.
Shit, real estate, man. That is acreage. That nigga got some acreage up there. God, dog. Plant some crops.
Okay, that does look like a lot of forehead there. Is this after a haircut from Mr. Edmonds?
Yeah. So
No,
that's how it show you how he was driving my hairline back. Look how far it back. It ain't way back there. You know,
Well,
it's
according to
like I
Mr.
don't have
Edmonds,
dreams, I
that
have movies.
according to Mr. Edmonds, he said in his defense that's just nature taking its course with your hair. Let me see the video you submitted. You said you had an allergic reaction to the Beijing. Let me see the video you submitted
Now
into
you see
evidence
my
form.
nice beard. You saw my nice beard, right? Watch what he did to it. Oh!
Now I'm gonna be honest with you. It looked like all the Beijing didn't take. Those do look like bumps there. I'm not sure.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm just having a hard time with this whole thing. Like I don't go to a barber anymore. I shave my head, I do my beard, and trim. And I think I do a decent job. I mean, I ain't licensed on no show like this, so I guess I'm just trying to understand how in the hell is he having this much problem growing hair and keeping hair? I don't understand. I don't understand why, like, because here's the thing, what he's saying makes no sense. You cannot push a hairline back, right? Your hairline is what your hairline is. If somebody like cuts it back too far, it'll grow back. That's just how hairlines work. So I don't understand when he's saying he pushed it back as if he changed his DNA in the midst of the damn haircut. I don't get what he's saying. Like,
Okay, and I don't know when the last haircut was, but so if he's the one that was pushing it back, if he's no longer cutting your hair, it shouldn't be pushed back. It should come back forward, wouldn't
well,
it?
that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't. What he's saying don't make sense. And why his beard? Why his beard look like Anthony Hamilton beard? I don't
You ain't
quite
gonna
get.
do Anthony Hamilton.
You know, coming from where I'm from, that look like Anthony Hamilton beard. I'm just saying.
Well, let's hear what his complaint is about the beard.
I see it. That's not great. That's bumpy.
It's very
Ooh,
red.
and it hurts so bad.
Okay. And I see it's
I can
very
scratch
red
your
in the
back with
center.
that chin.
Okay, so Mr. Edmonds, you don't think he had an allergic reaction to the Beijing?
Your Honor, like I said before, I never used Beijing on him.
Oh, you did not use it at all?
Never have I used Beijing on him.
Okay.
What about the guy in front of me?
Your Honor, can I speak?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. By the time he was getting of age where his hair was turning different colors, somebody else was doing his hair, as he said. That's not my barbershop. I don't even know where that picture came from.
Okay.
It looks ridiculous. As you see, Your Honor, as you will see, my work is impeccable.
Okay.
He's not the only celebrity that I deal with. A lot of the rappers that are out now, they live by my haircuts. I stand behind my work. And I'm a film producer. The people on my set, I cut their hair.
Okay.
So I take pride in my work. So
Okay, you putting your finger up has me concerned, sir. I don't know. I don't know. Chick-fil-A Gail says Shawty got that special twinkle in his eye. Life Unleashed says you can get your hairline pushed back. No, you cannot. Aunt Natty said if he was allergic, it could have caused skin irritation, so the hair might not grow back. That is true, but I just can't. Our skin change, and sometimes products that we buy might be defective. That can happen too.
I just don't understand. Like, if his hairline did not come back, how is it automatically the barber's fault? You see what I'm saying? Like, how does that automatically? I just don't understand. Like, I'm having a
I
hard
didn't
time.
know that was suable. I
Yeah, that's
didn't
what I'm
know.
saying. Like, and how do you prove it? You know what I mean? How do you prove that? I don't
Yeah, well, he got
I don't
pictures,
I
so.
don't I don't understand. Okay. Okay.
Um, PW is looking for the unlicensed barber evidence. And yes, Reef and Muff's mom, he does have gold fronts. Okay. Shavy said, hey mom, I'm a barber, a cook, a producer, a scientist, a surgeon. You look right, an MD, gynecologist, just all the things I am.
he's trying to tarnish my name, Your Honor.
Let me ask you this,
Can I say
Mr.
something?
Edmonds, so we're clear. Hold on one second, sir. You did not mix, so somebody else used Beijing perhaps before him, and then when you cut his hair. He's saying that there was a mixture, that there was some residual Beijing that was left and applied to him.
Residual
Did that
Beijing
possibly happen?
No, Your Honor. In order for that to happen, I would have to use somebody else's bowl and their brush.
Okay.
That has nothing to that has nothing to do with my station. I don't know what he's I have no idea what he's talking about, and he definitely doesn't know what he's talking about because, like I said, for 20 years he's been impeccable until he got upset with me. The real reason I didn't want to bring this up. The real reason why he stopped coming to me is because he owed me money, Your Honor. We were friends, so he felt like he didn't have to pay me. So certain times he'd be like, I got you next time, I got you next time. And next time started to be like 6 months. And I was like, bro, when you gonna play? When are you gonna pay me?
Wow. Okay. 6 months. Hey, Ducky Dexter. 6 months getting your hair done on credit. Hold on, y'all.
Who took you to Wilding Out? Who put you in front of all the stars? Who took you? And then he gave away my mohawk to y'all LA. Say you did.
Am I speaking? Can I speak?
Mr. Shawty,
Hold on,
one
let me just
second,
say
sir.
this.
Calm
Let me just
down.
say this, Legacy Moon.
Thank you
What
so
else do you
very
want to
much.
say, Mr. Edmonds?
Let me just say this real quick.
The work that I put on him was so fire that people wanted to be a part of it. So if I'm coming to the set and I'm supposed to be his barber, and the other stars from Wild 'N Out were like, "Whoa, let me get in line."
Let me just say this real quick. What he just said is probably the most Atlanta thing that he could say. He didn't say, I don't owe you the money. See, people here have a tendency to want to barter shit, right? So instead of saying, like, I owe you the money or I didn't pay you, what they'll do is they'll be like, who put you in front of all the stars? Who put you in front of all the stars? Like, that ain't the point. You can bring me in front of all the stars and still owe me money. You see what I'm saying? But like people here like to do everything except pay you when they owe you money. So I just thought it was kind of funny that's what he said about paying this man the money. He ain't say he ain't owe him. He ain't say I don't owe you any money. His thing is that I brought you in front of these stars, so therefore, that's supposed to be some kind of fair trade or something. But I just thought that was the most Atlanta thing that has come out of his mouth yet.
That means I'm doing my job.
Hit the wrong thing. I don't understand this. He's a comedian, an actor, all of the things that he says he is. Why isn't he paying? He's doing everything but paying this man. He says, okay, they're $100 haircut, so he probably pays a little bit more for the haircut. But I just don't understand this. For 6 months, so you haven't paid. That's $600, okay, if not more. That's ridiculous. It is totally ridiculous to just even expect that. Hey, Dion Salt Bay. So, wow. Who put you in front of all the stars? Okay, that doesn't matter. That's irrelevant.
Do you know niggas have been owing me money out here for so long, and I hear shit like this all the time? Who got you them pencils? You see how you writing right now? Didn't I let you borrow that pencil? Nigga, I still want my money. So I mean, that's pretty common. That's pretty common.
Ridiculous is what that is.
And let me see the photo you submitted, Mr. Hughley. You submitted photos of your work, Mr. Edmonds. I'll take a look at that now. Okay. Very nice.
I take pride in it, Your Honor.
Huh?
So I will not let
Who wants
anybody
that in their head?
Assassinate my character nor my name. And I wasn't like falling out with him, but I just wanted to know that I still have to pay my bills too. So I stopped what I'm doing because he is an important person. I stopped what I'm doing to do the interviews and make sure that he looks good on camera. And you would have the audacity to bring me in front of these people and say, I messed up your chin, knowing I never used dye.
Okay, and so Mr. Edmonds, you think that this is about something else completely different. I want to hear from your witness. You both have witnesses in court today. I want to hear from your witness, Mr. Shawty. You brought a witness, Mr. Dwight Smitty Smith. I understand that Mr. Smith is also a barber, and he cut your hair.
I think I've heard of him before. Have you heard of him before?
Nope.
Okay.
Not at all.
Sometime after Mr. Edmonds stopped cutting your hair. So let's bring him in now. I'd like to hear from him and what he has to say about the case.
Coming up. I didn't even recognize him. His hairline was so crooked, I thought he had a stroke. I've been cutting hair long enough. You know what it looks like when it's a natural progression and when somebody's been butchered.
Let me hear from your witness, Mr. John Osgood.
Mr. Hughley, Shawty's manager, and I am good friends with Barbara T.
Show him your hairline. John, show him your hairline.
Well, okay, in all fairness, I don't think he has a hairline, but that's beside
Exactly. He had one.
I'm so confused.
How you doing, Your Honor?
Good. Thank you for being here, Mr. Smith. I know you go by
I am.
Smitty,
I am confused as hell.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you confused?
Here's what's confusing, okay? Like, so I had for a long time I went to I had one barber that I used to go to. And that was the guy, like if that guy wasn't at the shop, I was coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my dude, that was my barber, and that's who I went to. So but here, if he was not doing the job I wanted him to do, he wouldn't be my barber like for years and years and years. And for the hairline to be quote unquote pushed back, that would have had to have taken place over some time. So what I'm saying is that I'm confused because why did you let this dude continue to cut your hair? Is what I'm not. I don't get that. I just don't. Because I mean, especially in Atlanta, I know like if I'm from Pensacola and there was a bunch of barbers to choose from there's 1,000 barbers out here in Atlanta. And you know, like a lot of these guys that, you know each other and, you know, they kind of like, you know, will refer other people to certain barbers in Atlanta. You know what I mean? So I don't understand why this guy had to be his guy until he started breaking out or his chin started falling off or whatever the hell happened. I don't. This is not.
His chin fell off.
His chin fell off, whatever the fuck he was pointing out. I don't know. This shit don't make no sense.
He's in confusement. I understand. I completely understand.
Right.
All right. Before we get back into it, I hear that the likes are not liking. Please make those likes. Hey, champion. Life Unleashed says if you get your hair cut twice a week and line up like that, it never has a chance to grow back. That's why he has no hairline. That is a good point. That's a very good point.
And again, so again, to your point, Life Unleashed, how is it the barber's fault? You know what I'm saying? Like if you tell the barber to cut your hair that often, how are you able to sue the barber? I don't know. Maybe Faith just lets anybody come to the virtual court. I don't know. I'm having a hard time with this.
All right.
I'm having a hard time with this. I am.
Yes, sir. Thank you for being here. I know you've been listening to the testimony. What do you have to say about Mr. Hughley's hairline? He said he came to you after he was having an issue. What happened?
Okay, he came to me. First off, I didn't even recognize him.
Oh, come on.
His hairline was so crooked, I thought he had a stroke. Like he shows you, his hairline was looking like the Batman sign. And I mean, his chin, oh my God, I mean, it felt like Velcro.
And what did he tell you happened?
Mr. Edmonds put the Beijing on him after he told him he was allergic. And he had an allergic reaction.
Okay, all right, wait a minute. If I tell somebody, hey, I'm allergic to Beijing, don't put that in my hair, and they proceed to try to put that in your hair, don't you get up and walk away? I don't understand.
Again, how is okay? So and then a stroke?
Wait
he
a
like
minute.
he had a stroke.
Okay,
He looked like he had a stroke. That's what this man just said. He looked like he had a stroke.
I don't know how that works, but okay.
All right.
I'm still trying. I'm trying to picture the Batman symbol too.
I mean, see,
Oh,
that's
I
why.
get it. It's the bat. It's the bat. Okay, the Batman symbol is the bat. So it looked like, so like he was saying, his hair looked like what side? Yeah. Okay,
So,
I get it.
but so that's why everybody ain't your friend. You see what I'm saying? Everybody ain't your friend. If I go to one of my friends, they're like, "What's wrong with you? You had a stroke?" No, nigga, what is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody is not your friend.
Lunar Brain Fireheart said, "Did he say this man's chin felt like Velcro?" That's what it sounded like to me. We can go back
This
and
man threw 3 shots at this dude just back to back to back. He said it looked like he had a stroke, Batman symbol, and Velcro. Yes, all of that.
Diva Shawnee, YouTube won't let you hype my video from now from what they tell me, because I'm just now learning about this hype button, but from what they tell me is I think the video has to be a week or two old before you can hype it. I think that's what someone was telling me. Shaby said, "All I know, either the plaintiff or the defendant is lying." Michi3 said, "First of all, if you told him not to use it and he did it anyway, come on, man. You just like Nesto a scammer." Shirley testified finally says, "How in the hell do your hairline look
It
like
looked like
it
you had a
had a
stroke.
stroke?" I don't know. I
You know
don't.
what I'm saying?
I'm in confusion.
Your boy's throwing shade. Your boy's throwing shade.
Yeah.
It's a
But
shady night in Georgia. Okay, your boy's throwing shade.
Okay, he came to me. First off, I didn't even recognize him. His hairline was so crooked, I thought he had a stroke. Like he shows you, his hairline was looking like the Batman sign. And I mean, his chin, oh my God, I mean, it felt like Velcro.
And what did he tell you happened?
Mr. Edmonds put the Beijing on him after he told him he was allergic, and he had an allergic reaction. And with the hairline part, he pushed him back so far. And now Mr. Edmonds he's a good barber, but he's a more talented artist. Oh, the boy can draw and paint.
oh, all right. Let me just okay.
He took his hairline back, and the boy painted his hairline some. I'm telling you, I had him looking so good. But after it went away, you could see it. Like I said, it was, man.
Let me ask you something, Mr. Smith, as a professional barber yourself. If somebody came to you and said, "I'm allergic to a product," would you ever use that product on them?
Absolutely not. No way.
And as people, you've been cutting hair a long time too. How long?
I've been cutting hair since 2012.
Okay, so a long time, over a decade.
Yes.
You've
Over a
seen
decade.
some of your clients, naturally their hairlines have regressed over the years.
Yes,
that
the
does
hairline,
happen.
as some of us get older, it's a natural progression. It goes back. But
Like I can't figure out what's going on with his hairline. Something's kind of weird about it. Now this looks like the Batman symbol, if you ask me. NPR nurse said nope. Can hype same day, only 3 hypes per week on different videos. Oh, okay. Okay.
that's not what that was.
And how do you know?
Like I say, I've been cutting hair long enough. You know what it looks like when it's a natural progression and when somebody's been butchered.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, his barber, I have no idea on earth who he is. I've never heard of him. Period. Point blank. So now, with that being said, some of the barbers that want to get a name, that want to get famous, they'll say whatever to a celebrity to cut their hair. You understand?
Okay. I'm in confusement about this guy's eyebrows. Something I know it's the style to put the things in it and whatnot, but it looks like half of this one side is missing, and it's starting to annoy me.
Oh, the barber guy?
Yes, the barber guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Dion did it. I don't know.
Ducky Dexter says, "I know I missed a lot, but has Mr. Smith looked at his hairline?" Those are Sealy braces. Is what I'm saying. I don't think he was the best witness.
From my understanding, he cut his hair for free just so he can cut his hair. Now, Your Honor, now that we're talking about hairlines, look at his new barber's hairline. Look at his
Wow.
hairline. That's not a
Wow.
great example.
Wow.
Period. So
Like I told y'all, I only watched. I only looked at half of this, so.
Wow.
Oh God, that's terrible. That well, at least he said what I said. Deion Salt basically, what's going on in Georgia?
It ain't the whole Georgia. This is a small little section of Atlanta that this type of shit happens in all the time. I stay as far away from these motherfuckers as I can. I promise.
I wish you could see some of the barber's other work. My work speaks for itself. Now, another note on what they said. He has always been allergic to dye. So why, over 20 years, me knowing that, why would I put dye on him all of a sudden?
Because you had that bowl. That bowl, I saw the bowl sitting there. It was
Your Honor,
somebody else's bowl, the guy in front of me. You
I'm
put
gonna
the
make
if
this
you
paint
look
on
at
him.
Barbara T's, if you look at Barbara T's hairline, Your Honor, it's also painted and sprayed on.
No, this is real
Okay.
hair right here.
Like I said, he's a talented artist.
That is not real hair.
Let me hear from you. I understand you also have a witness, Mr. Edmonds.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Let me hear from your witness, Mr. John Osgood. Thank you, Mr. Smith. I'll hear from your witness, Mr. John Osgood. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you, ma'am?
Good. Thank you for being here. How do you know Mr. Edmonds? Barber T, as you affectionately call him.
Yes, Barbara T. Barbara T, he's been cutting my hair for probably about the last 10, 15 years now. Uh, you know, I'm kind of in the middle of all this because I am Mr. Hughley, Shawty's manager, and I am good friends with Barbara T
You're his.
and Shawty.
Okay.
Okay, so Native, let's say you have a manager and you're suing somebody because they messed your hairline up, and your manager testifies for the person you're suing. Do you fire said manager after the show?
I'm firing him before the show. Shit. I mean, we gonna get this. we gonna get new management immediately. Like you ain't doing me no good out to this mug. You just filling out on face show. Shit. No, man.
Just wondering.
Nah. Before the show even start, he be like, I used to be his man. You got doggone right. You used to be my manager. Shit.
Okay.
I really don't want to testify because Shawty has been threatening my job.
Show him your hairline. John, show him your hairline.
Well, okay, in all fairness, I don't think he has a hairline, but that's beside
Exactly. He
Yes,
had one.
but no. He's threatening every time we're on tour. He like, we live in a right to work state. Right to work state. He just walks by and say stuff like that. So I really don't want to even say too much, but I do know a lot of clients that come to Barber T. He does an excellent job. I no complaints. I have no complaints.
Excuse me. So I'm going to ask the same question again, Native. When you couldn't shave for those couple of weeks and your hair grew back, your hairline was where it was before you started going bald, right? Or not
It
going
was
bald, but
shaving
before
my head.
you made
Yeah.
the decision to shave your head bald, your
Right.
hairline was.
Right. So contrary to I guess popular belief, like I don't know shit about hair. I'm not Charlie Brown. I was not born bald, okay? I had hair in 1995 when I went to Alabama State. I decided to shave it off and been shaving it ever since. However, there are times when my hair does grow back. And when it does grow back, my hairline is right where it was before. Um my dad never his hairline never receded. My dad, to the matter of fact, um, I can show you legacy pictures of my dad in his casket. His hairline was where it always was. You know what I'm saying? And so I say that to say that, yeah, and as far as genetics are concerned, we have some pretty strong hairlines in my family. So but again, mine was never quote unquote pushed back or anything like that. So yeah, when my hair grew out, when I was in the hospital and I couldn't shave, and then I came home and couldn't shave. Yeah, it was intact. It was perfectly intact. So, I hate that some people go through that. But again, I'm not saying that Judge Faith is not an actual judge or this isn't an actual court, but I feel like the burden of evidence would be a little bit harder in, like, let's just say Judge Dunaway's court. Tap tap on the gavel, baby. I feel like Judge Dunaway would need a little bit more, a little bit more to go on.
Look here, babies. We need
Right.
some more evidence.
Now look here, baby. I'm gonna need you to prove this a little bit further, Attorney Hoover. I'm gonna need you to prove a little bit more than just the Beijing allergy, okay, baby? We gonna tap tap on the gavel. I feel like I don't know. I just feel like this. I don't know. I just don't feel like there's a way to prove this case. I don't know.
Angie Pantalones just got here. The hell is going on here? Are these real people? The foolishness, I say. Yes, these are real people. The one with the golden locks was Erica Kang's ex-husband. And this is Judge Faith, a real judge, a legal analyst. She has lots of titles. So this is supposed to be real. Magic City's finest says, is this shit a skit?
At first I thought so, but I really do think that he is,
Native just jumped in the chat. This ain't real. This is a skit.
I'm starting to think that this motherfucker is actually trying to sue somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know about a stroke, but he do seem slow, and I'm not gonna blame that on the haircut. I'm gonna say that before he started getting haircut 20 years ago, he was slow into it. But what do I know?
Oh gosh! All right.
So I really
What do
think
I know?
I really think Shawty's just kind of clout chasing a little bit.
I do too.
For,
Jason, I took him with me. Who flew you
but
to LA? T?
Okay, and Mr.
Who put
Osgood,
you in front of
has a
Nick
name.
Cannon?
Mr. Shawty, calm down.
Yes.
Calm down. Mr. Osgood, and when you say
Yes,
he's been
ma'am.
talking about your job because you're kind of caught in the middle because you're still going to Barber T for your haircuts, right?
Yes, ma'am, I am. Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes, ma'am.
but when
I
you
still
say
go.
that your haircut is, and when you say that your haircuts are much simpler because you just wear a bald cut, am I right?
Well, 10
So
years
there
ago,
is no hairline issue?
Well, 10 years ago, I wasn't always bald head. I used to have like an asymmetric. I had like a high right, low left. And that's kind of
This shit
We
wasn't
had
in
an
style 10 years ago. The Gumby was not in style 10 years ago. What the hell are you talking about? Oh God, it's getting
Look
worse.
at the shape of
It's
his
getting worse.
head as well. I mean,
It's getting
really.
worse. It's getting worse. This nigga run around like Tupac and Juice in 2015. Oh my God. Okay. All right.
Before we go another further,
Oh my
80% CMOS is in the chat and she says, I'm late, but it's my birthday. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, we will
Uh-oh.
let you be late because it's your birthday. And since we are already at a pause, let's just take this one moment to wish 80% CMOS a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, sweet pea. Happy birthday, sweet pea. Happy birthday to you. May our good Lord bless you. May our good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. Happy birthday, sweet pea. Don't worry about nothing. It get better, trust me. Happy birthday, sweet pea. I love you, sweet pea.
I hope that you had and are having a good day. 80% sea moss. And happy birthday to you and many, many more.
Happy birthday, sweet pea. May the good Lord bless you.
Don't worry about nothing.
Nothing. Happy birthday, Vincent Moss. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Hey, tell me that part. How you doing? To answer Angie Pantalonis's question, yes, I did say that's Erica Kang's ex-husband over there with the golden dreads. Who Dion Salt Bay said, "Oh wow, is he a real barber?" Gumpy was out when Bobby Brown could hump the air.
Ain't nobody humping around. Ain't up on my back. Ain't up on my back. Ain't nobody humping around. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Oh my god, I cannot. I
You
can't.
remember that song, Legacy Moon?
Yes, I do. Get
Ain't
up off my
nobody
back.
humping around. Bobby meant that shit. Shit.
That was back performing on the award show with substances falling out of his.
That wasn't an award show. That was fucking Teen Summit, yo. That was Teen
Oh,
Summit.
was
That
it
was
Teen
BET's
Summit?
Teen Summit. That nigga was out there dancing. That cocaine fell out his pocket. That boy smooth reached down, picked that shit up. I was like, damn, boy, that's how you retrieve some damn cocaine off the stage right there, man.
Oh my god. Oh.
You do that shit. Hell, don't let nobody fool you now. You know, cocaine too expensive. Shit, no, I got this. I got this.
I know that's right. And that's when Whitney Houston's eyes got wide open. She was like, "Ooh, let me talk
Shit,
to
no,
him."
come on now.
Come on with
Don't let the kids see the cocaine now. Don't let the kids see the cocaine. Pick it up, Bobby. Bobby! Pick it
it. Bobby!
I'm not letting this go. I don't let
Oh
these little motherfuckers be done reached up on the stage and got my shit. No, fuck that shit. I got it. I got it.
Crack is whack.
It's black.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is almost done, y'all. I promise you. Summer Child said, "Why are we like this?" I don't know. I really don't know.
I ain't do nothing, Summer Child. I ain't did nothing. I ain't did a damn thing. I
These
was
people.
minding my own business when I turned on the Legacy Moon show. I was minding my own business. I was minding my business. I was doing something else, okay?
Okay, all right. Here we go. We almost done. We almost done, y'all.
How I started going to barber tea.
Your Honor, Your Honor. And then you hear what Shawty keeps repeating over and over. I took you to LA. I took you to LA. Thank you, Shawty, for putting me out there. But now I took what he did and I took it worldwide. He shouldn't be upset about that. He should
How
be
many states I took
congratulating
you
you.
to? Now I'm happy
Well,
for
I
you.
don't think that. Here's the thing: no one owes anybody anything at this point in your careers, right? You've all have success in your own right and in your own way because you're good at your jobs and what you do. You would not have longevity, sir, as an entertainer if you weren't good at what you do. Mr. T would not have longevity as a barber if he wasn't good at what he does. Same with Mr. Smith. So
Your Honor.
we can stop with the somebody put somebody on, because at the end of the day, you can put somebody on, but the cream is going to rise to the top. In order for you to stay on, you have to be good at what you are doing. So I just want to put that out there so we can put that part of this case to rest.
Your Honor,
Mr.
did you hear
Smith?
what John said?
About what?
He started out with a high right, low left. He started going to barber tea. Now he has a no right, no left.
No.
Your
That was
Honor.
10 years ago, Your Honor. 10 years ago, I
Yes,
had
10
hair.
years of barber tea butchering.
No,
And Your Honor.
no.
Your Honor, John recognizes that nature had taken its course. Now
Uh-huh.
he still rocks the beard sometime, and I make it superb. You understand? Because people,
Superb.
if it's hereditary for you to lose your hair, you notice, Your Honor, if it's hereditary, your hair gonna leave. I don't care who you are. Period. Mr. Shawty is doing real good. He still has hair hanging down, and then sometimes your dreads can pull your hair out. As you see his barber, look at his barber. Can you please put your hair down so we can see? What's your barber name? Can you put your hair down
Mr.
real quick
Smith.
so she can see what I'm talking about? What's the excuse for that, sir? Yes, I'm saying I cut my own hair, and it's on point. And I've been cutting
He's
Shorty hair for
talented
20 years.
artist.
Okay,
You
And
okay.
then,
He act like he's confused that he got a receding hairline.
Because the new barber is out here trying to roast niggas and shit, and I'm like, you first of all, you're not good at roasting people. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing, and then all his jokes are falling flat. Talking about he looked like he had a stroke and all this other crazy shit, and he's right. Like like now he trying to get on my man who is shaving his head now. Like notice he said he had a the man, yeah, just like in high school, I had a high top fade. I ain't got it no more. It ain't got nothing to do except for times change, and ain't what I felt like doing no more. You know what I'm saying? So he needs to I know Shawty is a quote unquote comedian. This man ain't never made me laugh a day in my life. But you know, don't try to be a comedian too, just because you cut this nigga hair. You know what I'm saying? If he was an officer, would you be trying to arrest people because you cut his hair? No, you wouldn't. You would just cut his hair. Shit. Man, nigga be some fucking comedian. Stop trying. It ain't working.
My stomach hurts.
Just saying. Jesus.
Y'all saying he had a sunroof, a pan.
And now the barber then roasted him a little bit. Now he confused as to how he got roasted on I'm not finna put my head down and show people my hairline. I ain't coming for this. I came here to crack jokes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
The
I don't know.
panoramic sunroof. Oh my God. He saw pepper dresses. Now, is this the husband who because Erica Kane, she stole somebody's house. This is okay. This is the husband that divorced Erica Kane and all her aliases. I think it was about 100 aliases on there, okay? So Life Unleashed said my friend had the same issue with his hair. He had long locks and they pulled on the hairline. He cut them off to save his hair. Yes, because that can happen.
Yeah,
NPR nerd said
and you do what
Seahawks.
you
It's 17-6
17,
Seahawks. Yeah.
yeah, Arizona sucks. Yeah, so the thing is that you do what you do for for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like I said, if I wanted to grow hair right now, I could. I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? And this
Yeah.
man obviously doesn't want to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. That doesn't mean his hair was butchered. It doesn't mean any of that. It's just
He
that's what he
decided
chose to
to
do.
ball.
So,
He was
I
wearing
mean,
that outdated high top, the Gumby.
yeah. I mean, if he walking around like Tupac and Juice in 2015, yeah, it was time to let that go. It was time to let that go. You are not Bishop, okay? You are not Bishop. I'm sorry.
So
That's
they say yes, this is the husband whose house she stole. Yeah. Okay. Whew, child. All right.
I've heard enough. I've heard enough. I've heard enough.
Ooh, I wonder what the ruling will be.
I know, right? This is.
I would like to see the evidence of the haircut from Mr. Smith that Mr. Shawty received. Let's take a look at that.
Oh, that thing fresh, ain't it? Yeah.
No bump.
Yeah. See the difference?
Actually, I don't. I think your hairline is still.
I was getting ready to say that. I don't see the difference. And that forehead was really giving. It was giving fore and head. Okay.
It was given wide as all outside. It was.
Far back on your forehead, even in that video. Here's my issue with this case, Mr. Hughley. I think that Mr. Edmonds comes with a certain amount of credibility into this courtroom. you said you told him that you were allergic to Beijing, and he mixed and mingled and put it on you anyway. And I asked Mr. Smith, if a client tells you that they're allergic to something, would you use it? He said, absolutely not. I believe Mr. Edmonds would absolutely not use a product on you that he knew you were allergic to and would have an allergic reaction to. I just don't believe he would do it.
What I don't believe is you would sit there and let them. I'm telling you, if I told somebody I was allergic to something and they proceed to do it, no. I mean, I'm not, it's like going to the doctor and you tell them you're allergic to a certain drug and they give it to you anyway and you take it. Come on now. No. So y'all ready for this ruling? Who y'all think gonna win?
Can you imagine? Can you imagine being allergic to chickens and hens, and then Sonya show up on the date, and you still go out with her? Like that would be like the absolute worst. Like no, I don't like you. Why am I? I would leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, like oh my god, you are a true chicken head. Let me get the fuck away from you. That would be what I would do. I wouldn't just go out with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm allergic. You know, I don't know. Everybody got their own way of. Everybody got their own worldview, I guess. Okay.
I Shook Up the World said, look at dude's expressions. Yeah, bugging his eyes out and stuff. And it really don't help that he looks like Charleston White. So y'all, I guess that means Erica has a type. Because
she like people with uncontrollable eyes. Erica like people with uncontrollable eyes. Eyes that just can't be held in one place.
All right, y'all, let's hear this verdict.
Want more? Get weekly insights on the law, love, and real life sent straight to your inbox. Join my community at judgefaithjenkins.com. Subscribe to me on YouTube at Judge Faith Jenkins and follow me everywhere, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. I think that it's unfortunate what happened. I don't know the source of your allergic reaction, but I cannot credit it to Mr. Edmonds. I cannot hold him responsible for that because I am not convinced that he is responsible for that. Second, I don't know if you're genetically predisposed to having a receding hairline. I just don't know. It's a fact that your hairline could in fact be receding on its own. There's no evidence to support that it's because of his actions. He was cutting your hair for 20 years. There's a certain amount of trust you had in him. You loved his work. Something happened recently. I think Mr. Barber T touched on it. There's some other issues going on between the two of you, but I cannot hold him in terms of you coming into court bringing evidence that he is the one responsible. I don't think you've met your burden of proof in this case. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to dismiss your case. Now, Mr. Barber T, you brought a countersuit $475 for defamation. I guess that's what defamation is worth to you. But I don't find that there was intentional malice in Mr. Hughley's part. He may have thought that you applied this Beijing, but I don't think that actually happened. I think he is mistaken. But I don't think he came up with a story.
Not he's lying.
Right. I just don't.
Lunar Brain Fireheart says, I've had the same loctician since 2015. She always remembers that I have a sulfur allergy and uses special shampoos. Shawty is lying. Chick-fil-A girl says Sonya is the bird flu. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go, y'all. Oh, Chick-fil-A girl said that's why Erica understood Nesto's request so perfectly. That does make sense.
To tell everyone to try to defame your character. So I'm also not going to hold him responsible for defamation. I'm going to dismiss both of your cases, and I'm going to end with this. There's a photo that you submitted of the two of you in happier times. I want you to pull that photo up. My producer, I'm asking you to pull that photo up. Now, this photo was taken close to 20 years ago when the two of you met and you started working together. You as a young person, I mean, you're still relatively young, but you younger in the entertainment industry, and you as an up and coming barber. You guys have, I mean, look at that. What's that, little Nokia flip phone? That's how far back you go back. You understand? So
Yes.
it's a lot of history, right? There's a lot of
Yes.
history
Yes.
there. It doesn't matter. Money can come between you and you where you grew up in Atlanta and all the things you guys had to go through and grow through to get to the point in your careers where you are. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of you. You made it. Right? You made it out. So do not let things like this get in between a friendship that started like this. I'm not going to order you all to pay each other money. Because I don't believe you've met your burden of proof in terms of what you're proving in court. But I hope that when you leave this case, you can repair some level of your friendship and the bond and the brotherhood that you were able to build over the course of 20 years. I wish you all the best.
All right, mama.
You all right,
John
man? You have
and the other barber, y'all fired.
See, I knew it.
The judge and the other barber, y'all fired.
I don't.
I knew it.
I don't understand. Okay, Faith. See, now I got to have a talk with Faith. Faith, the fuck you doing? Fuck we doing, Faith? What we doing, Faith? This what we doing? This what we doing? This is what we doing. I
Yeah.
need for Faith. I need Faith to redeem herself. I'm gonna need to see another case where I'm taking Faith serious because right now I can't even take Faith serious right now, like for real.
Bible lady said, Nokia said, how did I get this shit? Nokia flip phone. How could she even? Okay, is that when you could? What was that one where you could chirp? Oh, I could not stand that. Was that Nokia as well?
Yeah, they had those Boost mobile phones that chirp to talk.
Mm-hmm.
I used it one time. Because you had to have somebody else that had it,
Mm-hmm.
and I did it once, and the one time I did it, I was like, okay, this isn't all that, so it's not even worth the shit. So yeah, yeah.
So the people still think this is scripted. I,
You know what? I
you
don't know
can't
about
write
scripted,
this.
but I don't think it was real. I don't think it was real. I don't. This is strange. This shit was strange.
Very
Yeah,
strange.
Nextel. That's what it was. My Jennifer Nextel. Yeah. Wow.
Oh gosh. Let me wait, I gotta move you over here. Okay, there you are. Why are you offline here? Say something.
I mean,
Okay, you're not
it's,
offline. All right. Oh,
it's,
okay. It corrected itself. Okay. I got a question. How come you didn't use the link we did last night? That
probably
should have
because
worked.
I don't know where it is. I thought about it and I was like, what did I do with the link? And
Oh,
then
okay. Because
yeah,
I was
probably.
wondering if you tried it, it didn't work. Because remember, I told you last night I was putting you in all the studios. It
Yeah,
looked
no,
like nothing.
I was in the middle of doing some look, I know y'all think Native just be like hanging out on the porch, you know.
Well,
Native be doing shit.
I
Native
knew
be
you.
doing shit. Native was about to actually record something, and then I turned on the Legacy Moon channel and decided to partake in this foolishness.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So
I
yeah.
knew I knew you was busy. That's why I was surprised to see you in the chat. Tell me that part said the buffoonery. This was fun though. I enjoyed this. Yeah, I know this is body cam night, but I just decided to try something different. And I'm glad I did because I did. I really enjoyed this. We had some Native. Did you see the storage unit story? Were you on for
Storage
that
unit.
one?
I wasn't. No,
Oh,
I
okay.
wasn't. I was probably somewhere trying to treat this foot, but no, so I didn't see that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was interesting. We spent a lot of time on that one, that particular story because Rossi. Let me let Native answer this, but before I do, Okay, so Michi 3, you missed it. Oh, we had a very, very long discussion, and I figured we were because I had a lot of opinions on that. So if you missed the beginning, we did some very interesting news stories that I think it's worth tuning in for. And the last one that we did, we had, a very kind of a long discussion on. And so they were very interesting. And then we got into this foolishness. But Rossi says, where is it at? Rossi says, Native, we need a few more letters.
Oh, I know you do. I know you do. Rossi, all I'm gonna say is keep your head to the sky. Okay. Letters are coming soon. And you ain't even gonna believe who the letters are to. You ain't even gonna believe who these letters are from and who they are to. Lord
You
have
really
mercy.
are not. I can tell y'all that. I can give y'all that spoiler alert. You really aren't. You are not
But
prepared.
letters are coming. Okay. Letters are coming like freedom. Okay. Letters are coming like freedom.
Yes,
They will
like
be coming like freedom is coming. Okay. I'm going to blow on St. Peter's horn, and
and
they're gonna come like freedom is coming.
a Dre letter. I don't know about Dre. We don't know where Dre is. He's somewhere. Where he's always driving to Chicago.
Yeah.
Where is he?
He always going to Chicago, and he always hauling some freedom. What you doing? Working their stoves. I'm working. You know, I got this 18 wheeler. Got to drive these trucks up here. I can't be driving and talking on the phone.
Bible lady said, "Wait, freedom ain't coming." Oh, yes, he's good. According to Nesto, he comes all the time.
According to Nesto, shit. According to the people that mop his cell up, yeah, freedom be coming all the time. Shit.
Yeah, shoot.
Nah, meet you three. It's not Dre. I ain't got nothing. To say to Dre. Ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
ain't got
Other
a damn
than
thing.
other than writing the lyrics to Zippity Doo Dah, yeah.
Yeah, zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My,
um,
what a wonderful day. Plenty of freedom coming my way.
Shirley testified finally says, "I hope one is for Silverback." Man, I don't even know.
Not immediately. Not immediately. Not immediately. Okay. Silverback had to take a back burner to these couple that's coming out first. She had to take a back seat to them. Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you do that call from the other day? You haven't reviewed it yet, have you?
I have not. I have
I
not.
know you
I am
cannot wait.
saving it. Listen, y'all, I am saving that one for Sunday. Okay, we gonna get into that on Sunday on Strawberry Sunday. We're gonna talk about Nesto getting lessons from a stud on how to go down on somebody. That's we're gonna talk about that on Sunday, y'all. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Because I got a lot to say about that. I got a lot to say about that. There's a lot wrong with that whole situation, but I got a lot to say about that.
Aunt Natty said, "Did Shirley write Sonia a letter?" No, but she can. You just gave me a thought just came in my mind as you said that. D-Dub said, "Baby Measure needs a letter of warning." She sure do. Poor thing.
Baby Measure can't read. And she keep hanging out with Sonya. She ain't gonna be able to read for a long time. So
Oh, I'm sorry. Shirley testified finally says it's not phone, it's foam.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
yeah, I
Mhm.
forgot. But
Mhm.
we're going to get rid of all the internet and go back to how it was in the what the
The
oh,
80s.
and no cable and stuff. Now, Native, I had cable growing up. Did y'all have cable? I know
Yeah, I had
everybody did.
cable. No,
Well,
we had cable. We had cable. And let me tell you something. This heifer cannot afford to go back to the 80s because did y'all hear she was lost on that call? When Nesto was trying to tell her that you coming back towards Cobb County just to go back out north to like 75 north. You know you're going the wrong way, don't you? This heifer needs GPS right now. How's she gonna go back to the 80s? I'm just saying.
that's what everybody was saying. She needs GPS.
I'm just saying. Oh, we need to go back to the 80s. Oh, I don't know which way I'm going. Bitch, use the GPS that's invented now in the 2025.
Yeah, but she wants to go back. When she said no cable, I'm like, who? I had cable. I don't know what your dad was doing over there, but I had cable. Cable.
Man, let me tell you something. When I saw Super Mario Brothers and the Super Mario Brothers looked like actual human beings and not dots and squares and shit, I damn near lost my mind. I was like, look at this shit right. It looks like a brick. Look, it's the sky. It's got clouds. He got on overalls. Oh hell no, no, don't ever take me back to no fucking Atari. Somebody said they had a ColecoVision. Okay, y'all was high on the hog, but don't ever take me back to the Atari 2600. Hell no.
Not ColecoVision.
Hell no.
Let me tell you something. I miss Atari. I absolutely loved Atari, and that's the only video games I've ever played is Atari, except for my Game Boy. And you know what I play on, but I loved Atari. I really did, and
Man,
we still
I'm
had all of the original stuff in the basement, but it flooded. I was so upset because we still all the old games we had for the Atari.
when
Um,
I tell you Mario Brothers blew my mind. I remember I was in Kmart the first time I seen a Nintendo. They used to have like the little thing where you could play the game and then I remember I was in Kmart and I walked up on that Nintendo and I was like, "What the fuck? What is that? Looks like a person.
and
That
he
looks like
did
a real
dress like
person."
that as a child, by the way,
I
people.
did, I did, because I lived my life raw, and so I was like, "What the is that a person with overalls?" And he jumping and it wasn't like one space you could move across the screen. And oh man, don't ever take me back to Atari 2600. I'm sorry.
Bible lady said that damn bloop bloop from the tennis Atari drove me cray
Bloop,
cray.
bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, bloop.
Woo Wop said her favorite was Sega Genesis, and Say J
Man,
said Game Boy was a game changer, like the Walkman. And I had all the old games. I had Pac Man, Miss Pac Man. What's that? I did have Tetris, but what's that other one I like? I like Pong, and there was another one that you could build on. I can't think of what it was called. Oh, and Space Invaders. Yes.
man, Space Invaders would frustrate the shit out of anybody. Like you had to have the patience of a saint to play Space Invaders, man. That game was so frustrating. You be on the little roll, and then you be done moved over too quick to the right, and that one little dot that you didn't see dropping from the sky hit you and blow up. Man, you be ready to throw the whole damn Atari out the damn window. I promise you that. Space Invaders was frustrating, and Centipede was frustrating. Them was two frustrating ass games
Oh,
for
I
real,
love Centipede too. NPR
man.
nerd, is this really a game? Because I don't know football, but if it's 20, if what's the score? What did she say? She said 20 Seahawks, Cardinals 6. That's the game's over, really.
Yeah, these 20-6. These boys ain't playing worth a fuck tonight. They not. It's, Arizona. I'm sorry if there's any Arizona fans. Y'all need y'all money back for real. Even if you ain't go to the game, somebody owe you something for the way they playing. Like for real.
Shirley testified finally. See, she liked the Atari. Justin's mom loved the Centipede, just like me. Coffee is Brewing said, I love Miss Pac-Man to this day. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Mario Kart. I still like Mario Karts. I don't think
Do you know I've never played Mario Kart? I never have. I've never
I
played that
haven't
game.
either. I haven't either.
Heard it was fun, but I just have never played it.
Yeah. Galaxy. What
Yeah, it was Galaxia and then Galaga. Like it was two different games, but they sounded the same. And some people were good at one or the other. I don't know nobody was good at both of them, but Galaga, like my sister used to play Centipede. Like my older sister, she used to just love Centipede. Like
man,
that was her joint at the arcade. And in the arcade in the 80s, people used to try to be cool and they would put like one hand behind their back because like Centipede, you just move the joystick, you ain't had to push no button. So she'd have like hand behind her back, like she was. I'm like, this just ain't necessary. All this damn stunting.
Stunting at the arcade.
Sitting at the arcade with your hand behind your back and shit. You know what I'm saying? It used to people used to play Pac-Man like that too. They used to put their hand behind their back because they got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
Yeah.
go with all that shit. Gone.
Justin's mom, I forgot all about Frogger. Oh my goodness.
Man, you want to talk about something else that make you throw your controller at the damn screen was when you try to jump on them alligators and you get too close to the mouth and the alligator eats you, yeah, you be ready to throw the whole joystick at the screen, yeah.
Those were the days. Those were definitely the days.
And I'm good. I'm good. Look, give me Nintendo forward. I don't need to go backwards. I don't need to go back to nothing else. I used to play this. Y'all remember that game, Berserk? Was I the only one that played Berserk? Because Berserk used to actually be fun, but I didn't like switching. Like all Atari games had rooms. Like you couldn't go across the screen. You had to go into different rooms and stuff. And I had Berserk, and I had not Pac-Man. E.T. I had the E.T. game, the game that everybody hated but me.
I was getting ready to say I hated that.
I can never figure out why everybody hated it so much because I love playing E.T. Like the little dude in the cloak used to be chasing you around, and
it was annoying.
I liked it. What was wrong with it? I liked it.
No, I was like worst invention ever. Worst.
I liked it.
No.
I liked E.T. Played E.T.
I
E.T.
wonder.
used to get you out the hole, like you could fly out the hole with him. I never understood like the point or if it had an ending, but I liked E.T. I had a good time playing again.
No, but you know what I do wonder? I do wonder, did Nesto play any like Nintendo or Atari or
Man, hell no. You know that boy couldn't afford no damn TV or no Nintendo. His dad wasn't finna steal one for him, so no, no, he had to sit around and watch Dolomite when he was 5.
Okay.
Way down in the jungle deep. The signifying monkey stepped on the lion's feet. Yeah, that's what Nestor was watching when he was 5 years old.
Just a question. Have you seen the remake that Eddie Murphy and some other people did of it was Dolomite? Rudy Ray, yeah.
Yeah, no. I couldn't buy Eddie Murphy as Rudy Ray Moore. I'm a Dolomite fan. Like I'm a Dolomite fan, and I just couldn't get down with Eddie Murphy playing that role, so I didn't.
Me and my sister said, because y'all know how I am with cussing. I mean, I know when we're on here and we're having fun and Native in his mouth and stuff, but that was just way too. I mean, it was just out the gate. Me and my sister looked at each other. It lasted about two. Those are two movies I could not watch. Is that one and the one that Bernie Mac and Samuel L. Jackson played in, Soul Man. It was just. It's the unnecessary cussing in the ad. And I know Rudy Ray Moore, I know he cussed and stuff, but it was just you can't make me believe that when you sit down, like you and I are talking now, you can't make me believe that every other word out his mouth was a cuss word. Like I talk to you all the time, Native, and you don't, like in regular conversations, you're not always cussing. You might throw a word in here or there, but you're not always cussing.
Man, don't be telling people what I be doing when I'm not on the internet. Dude, I might not want people to think I don't cuss all the time. Shit, I might, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be telling people I don't cuss all the time. I do cuss all the time, Legacy Moon. Shit.
Yes,
shit.
All the time when we're on the phone.
But I'm gonna tell y'all a secret about Samuel L. Jackson that I found out when I was on the set with him. He cussed like that all the time. Y'all, I'm sorry. That man cuss all the time. He's a hell of an actor. He's a professional. Don't get me wrong. Okay. That whole day that we spent, because to shoot one scene of something, it takes all day. Like it's an all day process. So I literally spent all day with Samuel L. Jackson. And let me just tell you, that man cuss. The way that y'all see him cuss on TV and on movies, he does that in real life. Yes, that is him. He ain't playing.
So you mean he walk up and say, "Come on, motherfuckers, let's get started."
Let Let me tell you something. This motherfucker, Samuel L. Jackson walked in the room and they was like, everybody was like the director was like, okay, Mr. Jackson is here, and everybody clapped and everything. He came in his full makeup. Because the show was the what's the name of that show on Apple TV?
Where
The
he's the old man, doesn't he
yeah,
in the nursing
yeah,
home?
yeah, and
Mhm.
so he comes in with all his white beard and he looking crazy, and I didn't know until that day how tall he was. Samuel L. Jackson is tall as shit.
Yeah.
So he walks in and he got on all this makeup on and everything, and everybody starts clapping and shit. And so he says, "All right, motherfucker, let's go and get this shit underway. Shit, I got other shit to do, niggas. Come on, man." And I'm like,
You didn't say
wow,
that.
wow, he talks like this all the time, apparently. So he gets into the scene that we were shooting, he has to lay in the bed, right? And so um he's in there, the other actors are in there, Dominique Fishback is in there, and like all the extras, we're all in there, right? And so he shoots his scene, and the scene that he's shooting, it involves all these different actors. And so after everybody, like, he knows everybody's lines. So when he's doing his dialogue with Dominique Fishback, she messed something up, but he was just like, he was like, hold on, and he was basically going over the line how she could deliver it better. Like, he is a consummate professional. Like, don't get it twisted. But at the same time, he cuss like y'all see him on the TV, on the movies. That's how he actually talks. He talks like that. It's insane. It is absolutely insane.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're gonna get out of here because tomorrow is after dark, and y'all know how hard we work. Are we doing it at 10 or 10:30, Native?
I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you. I mean, 10:30, it works. Either way works for me.
Okay.
I will be prepared either way. So
Okay. So 10 o'clock tomorrow night after dark with myself and Native Tribe Urban Media and Native. Um, are we having any drive-bys this anymore tomorrow? Because he did a drive-by where he was live, right? And I didn't know nothing about it. And we were talking, and I happened to go on YouTube for something. I was like, wait a minute, you was just live? Oh yeah, I did a live. I didn't know nothing about it, and I don't get no notifications. So I was very upset about that.
I might do something live tomorrow just because I have run across some sovereign citizens that I might want to show y'all. And I also have a catfish, a scam fish that I might want to show y'all. So it's possible that tomorrow I got to see what else I got to do early in the day. Like I said, I'm working on 4 different projects at the same time. So got to see if
Let
I
me
can carve
tell
out some
y'all.
time to show y'all some stuff, and then we'll go from there.
Let me tell y'all something. This Negro is walking, so now he all brand new. I'm like, yesterday evening, I'm like, Nate, I haven't heard from you today. Bad enough now. I ain't hear from him, right? And then I find out he does a live. He getting all brand new. He walking now.
I mean, I don't know about brand. I feel like y'all, like, one thing you have to understand, like when you are unable to move, right? When you are immobile, right? You are literally, like, I would literally be laying there thinking about everything I want to do, everything I've been, like, I got all these projects and stuff that had to be put on hold. My setup isn't the same. I got all this equipment just everywhere. So the last week, I have literally, since like last Wednesday when I started walking, I have literally been just like trying to get organized and put stuff together, and then actually start putting some of these projects in my head, together, and start to, piece stuff together. So yes, I have been busy. Yes, I have been doing a lot of stuff, but never too busy to stop by and hang out with my friends, Legacy Moon, my friend V Lenore. We still hanging. We still hanging.
Yeah, I'm giving him a pass because I know he's trying to get like reacclimated to his surroundings and get things set up back the way they were and things. So I'm letting him.
I'm gonna tell y'all what. If you are a creative person, right? When that's what you do, when you are creative, being out of commission will drive you literally insane. Like, I was just like, I mean, I was suffering. You know what I mean? So it wasn't just the foot that was hurting. It was like my feelings was hurt because I couldn't do nothing. You know what I mean? Like, or I was limited as far as what I can do because I'm scooting around. I got one leg, I'm scooting around, and stuff wasn't comfortable. So now that some of the swelling is going away, and things are healing up, and now I can actually like get up and let me tell y'all what's crazy too. I actually sometimes forget that I can walk. Like I know it sounds crazy, but sometimes I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn, I really do need to get up. And then I'm like, well, just get up then. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to remind myself that I'm no longer immobile. So yeah, so it's been a process. But um again, I'm getting around now. I'm getting around.
Yeah, and I'm very happy for him. I really am that he's getting around. Still have some bumps in the road, but he is
Yo,
getting
let me tell y'all something. Speaking of bumps in the road, let me tell y'all something. One thing that I know I think I talked to y'all about this legacy, but the one thing I want to do something about probably in the next couple of weeks. I want to do something about like handicap accessibility because the one thing I found out, and I really didn't know until you don't know until you know or until you're in a certain situation, right? So the one thing I found out was that a lot of these places that we go to, like on two legs and we just walking around like ain't nothing wrong, a lot of these places when it comes to like if you need like assistance or if you need them to be like accessible to wheelchairs or scooters or whatever your issue is, a lot of these places are not. I went to a store the other day when I was in the little motorized chair because can't really walk that far, and I'm riding around, the aisles were just blocked. Like it was like, wait, so how am I supposed to get
yeah,
through this aisle unless I'm walking? You know what I mean? And
yeah,
I think that like I said, you don't know until you're in the situation. And then when you're in the situation, then you kind of look around like, wow, so this is what people now my situation is temporary, right? I'm not always going to need a motorized chair to move around. I'm not always going to need, I didn't always need the scooter. Now the scooter is I'm using that for filming and shit, right? So look, trust me, the scooter is not retired. The scooter now has cameras mounted on it, and I'm using it as a dolly. Anyway, but there are people who are going to always need a scooter, or they're always going to need a motorized chair or whatever. And a lot of these places are not friendly to those situations. I've had people at Kroger yelling at me because I wasn't in the line right. And I'm like, how can I be in the line? I got the scooter. I'm literally just sitting here. Sir, you cannot get in front. I'm like, I'm not trying to get in front of anybody. I'm just sitting here. You know what I mean? Like I think that I want to do a little bit of a deep dive into accessibility for people that are in need of accessibility.
that's a good idea. As a matter of fact, another good idea just popped in my head.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about um I'll talk to you about it. It just popped in my head. So
Yeah, I've been yelled at a lot over these last like couple weeks, like for real, in stores and places, and I'm like, and then you get dirty looks from people. People be looking at you like
kids
like
kids
why?
be asking their mom questions.
Yo, that little kid was like, "What's wrong with his leg, mommy? What's wrong with his leg?" And I'm like, shoot. I was gonna tell him like, yeah, I was in a drive by. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a drive by. Took my whole leg off, whole leg off. Now I'm just walking around with one leg off in a wheelchair. That's all.
About to be taken off life support.
For real.
Well, y'all have yourselves a good night. There's some people asking about Cahoots. It'll be a while before Cahoots is back, I believe.
It'll
Um,
be. I want it to be next month. So let's shoot. We're gonna shoot for next month. To start our members only trivia again. I'm actually trying to do some. I'm actually trying to do some other stuff for my members too. So I'm looking into some other stuff, y'all. When I tell y'all I wake up and go to sleep Native Tribe, like is it's insane because now I just feel like I just have to make up ground. I got to make up for what July y'all ain't hear from me. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole month of July,
the
like
end of June for the
end
whole
of June,
July.
July. Yeah, I gotta make up for that. So I've just been working my ass off. But thank you all for all your support. Thank you all for for hanging in with your boy. I appreciate it.
We're trying to find a streaming program where we can go and do like some other stuff, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to do for members that I cannot do because of we're trying to find a way to get around.
Yeah, we
So
got limitations on software and stuff, so we're trying
yeah.
to, yeah.
But y'all have yourselves a good night. We're going to get out of here, and we will see you tomorrow night at 10 o'clock for After Dark. I will have a post up letting you guys know. And y'all have a good night and have a good Friday morning.